sitting in wait. One over towards 8. It's no man. Another adjustment in terms of this A site hold. Valen put to task. Trent won't catch it.
All right.
It's no man. What's going to feign a bit of presence here?
Crowd getting riled up
chest. Look at this.
Yep. Trying to summon them across the line. Jorgamo going to see the bulk of the approach.
Back out.
He has to back away, but Leaf and Baby Bay considered getting involved.
Yo, what's up? I'm Alex. I'm setting the stream up and getting it running before Rob gets here. So yeah, we're just gonna watch the end of Valorant. Hopefully G2 loses, and then we'll switch over to League of Legends.
The end of this, as Jorgamo, Valen, and Baby Bay have to walk into what is a blender. As XLG
How you guys doing?
on the verge of breaking the curse that has controlled them, but Baby Bay making a name for himself, dropping 3 of the boys against him. Ult's coming out. He's giving everything to this, but the time is ticking, and Raga is doing everything. No! Baby Bay has to ace to save G2, and no man knows what he's up against. On the corner now, plays it.
Nice, that's it. G2 loses. Let's go. All right, love to see that. All right, I'm gonna switch over to the League of Legends pre-show. Let's get this set up in OBS. All right.
Things like coaches, draft preparation,
Yo, what's up?
Eyeballs, you can't get away with only
How you guys doing?
a handful of champions at the top level, because you eating a team event every game to give the other team a free win.
I was just saying, I'm just setting this up and keeping the seat warm until Rob gets here. He's on his way. So yeah, I'm hanging out with you guys until Rob shows up. Hopefully it's soon, because I've got content I got to set up for.
Just how the league's most notorious Ziggs picker is more than just a one Ziggs pony, and answer the question once and for all: is Cloud9 APA a one trick?
No.
No.
The funniest thing about the whole one-trick discussion with APA.
Oh damn, we got a sub. Let's go.
You can only play Ziggs, and then
Thank you, a crazy Ebbs.
This guy's an Acel one-trick, and then AD carries came into the meta mid.
Appreciate it, brother.
All he can play is Tristana and Corki. He's just an AD carry one-trick.
Yeah.
And now
How's the audio levels for you guys? Everything sounding good?
And people are always playing his champion pool, but it's like he finds what works for him within the meta.
Yes.
That's not a one-trick. That's just playing the meta.
Well, yeah. He probably has more
cool.
picks than the meta.
How's it going, Desi Cat?
Right. So he'll have more picks that are outside of the meta compared to like if Orianna and Azir are in the meta. He adds them, but he's never like amazing at them. If we're really breaking down his champion pool, but I agree with you. He's actually more of a beneficial to your team in draft than he is.
Did you guys watch the end of that the G2 game?
Currently, I feel like the hate towards, or like the
absolutely hilarious
towards him are the same stuff that happens towards Niski, where you're like, I am playing to my jungler and I'm willing to like give up my lane for that. So like mid laners are like, well, I wouldn't have APA in my top 3, or I wouldn't have. It's like, well, he's currently on an undefeated team.
I'm doing good. Doing good. Just we're in the middle of an intense content time. Filmed the last 2 days. We're filming today and tomorrow. Doing all kinds of fun stuff with the guys. So I'm a little stressed out about that, but other than that, doing good. I appreciate that you're watching this from work. Very cool.
Cloud9 just keeps losing in playoffs, and I feel like every time they do, the community criticism gets louder.
Yes.
Who do you guys got in this League of Legends game? Liquid or Cloud9?
And Team Liquid is another team who we feel like is under massive amounts of pressure, as we saw last week. So we have a poll for the audience. We want chat to be voting. Which team do you think is under more pressure to win?
You guys think Liquid?
TL or C9? Yeah. And we're going to talk about just like the ways that
I honestly don't know much about League of Legends.
Exactly. It's two very different ways with C9.
All I know is apparently
playoff chokers that they can't get when it matters.
apparently Cloud9 are chokers. So, you know.
For TL on the other side,
yo, what up, Red Cape? Thanks. Feels good to be the CEO now. You know.
Super team, that was the intent. And we even
just taking care of business as usual.
That this is kind of like win or go home type of thing, right? Like they're expected to win or it is a failure. You could see last week.
Yeah, I'm right there with you,
they
SVN.
were pumped up. They were reacting heavily because
Everything I hear is Liquid is the better team.
Kind of stops with the coaches. If they do not get a win, if they do not get to MSI, that is going to be considered a massive failure from this organization.
Yeah, and I think it's the difference there is like for C9, it's more narrative, like external pressure. The players themselves might say like, we don't really feel that. But with TL, I think it's immense internal pressure because of the early expectations set by this roster, right? Like they won the Quid off-season war, right? Like they put together this team and this
shout out to SBN 211.
And go to
the GOAT.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like it's the two layered of
I got you, brother.
That's coming in from Team Liquid. The one of this year of like, how are you doing poorly with this kind of roster? But also, people still remember that feeling of Team Liquid doing well internationally and like taking down.
What can I say? I'm a people pleaser.
That wasn't that far back. And in 2025 is when they started to like kind of spiral in split 2, split 3. And so people are expecting that to come back. And this.
So yeah, who do you guys got winning London?
And so when you look on socials, the two teams that are probably the most criticized,
I feel like everybody was going to say G2, but
anything, you're like, that's 20 comments underneath it.
Looks like they just got humbled.
And Cloud9.
Well, on top of it, with Team Liquid, you also had the whole Scrim story early on in the season.
Yeah.
Where, like, other teams were saying, oh my God, this Team Liquid team is amazing. And then they weren't.
You got PRX, yeah.
Stage, so that is
I feel like that's a safe bet.
Pressure of trying to, like, figure out what's wrong, even when you're winning a lot of the scrims.
Yeah, I think it's funny because the expectations I felt coming in for this Liquid roster were lowest for Jose, but he has been one of their best performing players. You know, he was on Pros with me last week. He talked a lot about this, how he doesn't really feel the pressure. He was talking about, I'm just playing for fun. It's a game, you know, and when I'm playing and having fun, you know, I'm playing my best. And he has that kind of mindset that is different from some other players. And I feel like it has really helped him because he doesn't seem to be affected by the pressure. He was in the race for MVP. I think if Liquid didn't actually lose out those last couple weeks against the top opponents.
Is the stream looking good? No quality issues or anything?
But, you know, he has been one of those parts that there was the least expectations for, and he has really performed.
Yeah, I think talking to him, especially even after like a really disappointing loss, he is very easily able to
Thank you guys.
shake it off, be like, this is what I did wrong, like this was not good, and now we move forward. And I do think when you are a team as more holistically and you're dealing with that pressure, that ability to kind of rebound almost immediately is really, really valuable.
Which is why, to me, it was really important to notice that, like, while he clearly wasn't feeling that pressure throughout the split, very clearly Quid was feeling that pressure.
Yeah.
And he was coming in from 100 Thieves that was like popularly no pressure within that organization.
Yeah.
Like it was them like performing poorly in regular season.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what to
like,
talk about.
They didn't really
Like,
matter anymore, and then they would have their lower bracket runs. Like he was.
I'm thoroughly uncomfortable right now, just sitting on camera being silent.
And I think that's why it's so big that these last couple weeks he has been dominating in the lower bracket because he realizes that he can get back to that way. You know, when you guys mentioned earlier, but he had that quote on Pros a couple weeks ago where he was saying before, it's like you join a team that is this good and you feel like.
What do you guys want to talk about till Rob gets here?
And just allowing your teammates to get the job done because you're surrounded by all these excellent players. But he shifted his mindset to being, I am going to be the one who carries. I have to be making the play. I need to be doing something. And Jose talked on Pros about how they were working together differently. The fans.
You guys see any good movies or anything?
I disagree. I know that the pressure for C9 is big, and I think
You guys check out Backrooms or Obsession?
Coming off the wins. There's no way this is a 90-10.
Well, why do you
I enjoyed both of those.
It is a 90-10 for the fans.
So I actually think I do agree for what the players are feeling.
Yes.
Because I think the players.
You don't think the players on Team Liquid are worried about losing? Because I feel like it's still
damn.
or bust for Team Liquid. Like I know the coaching staff was reacting last week.
Yeah.
Because we're pretty sure, we're obviously speculating, that if Team Liquid lost to FlyQuest or Shopify, there's definitely coaching staff changes and likely roster changes.
If they can find good ones.
Here's where I believe the pressure is coming from. Exhibit number 1 as the lawyer. Look at the record so far this split, as we just pull that up.
Exhibit 1.
Exhibit number 1, boom. They've won a lot, except the 2 teams. No, 2 times to 1 team.
Damn.
Yeah.
A Lion. They had an undefeated split up until.
Yeah, I hear
they're
you,
actually
SBN.
good? There's literally one team they're losing to, so they should just.
I feel like we all do that.
walk through Team
Yeah.
Liquid today.
That's the frustration.
But I feel
France
like
to finals.
this
Exactly.
the C9 pressure has just been building and building and building and building because
Damn,
it
Cloud9
what,
is good.
7 times in a row now for this org that they have
You really think
failed in international
Liquid is
qualifying
gonna
matches.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
is
think
gonna
the
beat 'em?
history is building and the narratives are building and the amount of hate that some of the players on Cloud9 are getting from the community every time they
big.
Yeah.
fail is building and building and building and building. And I think regardless of whether or not the players on Cloud9 will say that they are affected by it, I
They're
think
not
it's
gonna say
almost impossible to not be affected by it. It's just like this has been going on for years. It's 2023 since Cloud9 has been.
What do you guys think about them holding the
This is a
event
team that was
in-
always at
it's like in
international, was
Arizona,
always
right?
looked at as
Like it's like a
the
weird
best
LAN
team
event.
once they got there. And this is crazy. It's just been so long. And here we are again. It is their last chance to qualify for MSI. They got swept in their upper bracket. That's crazy pressure.
How frustrated must you be that you have an undefeated split? And
Yeah,
people
we're live on
still
the
now-
League of Legends
they
YouTube
still
channel.
Say, we'll wait till playoffs.
The
Like,
the
you
Sentinels
can't
League of
think about
Legends.
that.
Yeah.
Look
Go
at
subscribe to
data.
that, please.
That's not data that I want to look at.
There's a lot of data.
All the matches that they have lost in international
Yeah, I hear you, Desi.
qualifiers since 2024.
That's what I'm saying.
They only had one that was even, a 3-2, right? That was obviously very close. They've been swept 3
Uncle
times.
Sam Val,
They've
yeah.
been beaten 3-1
Rob got
3
younger.
times. And this is all off of regular
Not that
season
much
play
younger. I still got
compared
gray
to
hair
usually the
under
Faker.
this hat,
Like,
so-
they are doing so consistently well in the regular season.
The craziest
Still in the
thing about
process
this
of
is
it,
that, like, 2025,
getting
they
younger.
actually finished second, but we didn't send 2 teams to MSI. We
Yep.
only sent 1. So like, there's also a little bit of just
Yeah.
like extra frustration because the formats have been manipulated in a way that just cuts them off
But
barely.
would they have gotten second if it
I
was
know.
an MSI qualifier?
If we send no teams to MSI, they win.
That's hilariously like the Cloud9
Go back
special
in
of like
time.
back in 2020. It's like, hey, champions, let's go to MSI. MSI doesn't exist, can't go there. Well, we're good for Worlds. You can't go to Worlds. We failed there. I was like, guys, please.
The thing that I find most fascinating about this, though, is like
Oh,
Zen,
shit,
when
let's
he was on
go.
Pros, was saying that this.
I am older than Uncle Tarek.
Yeah.
I listened to the C9 podcast. Anera and Blabber were talking about, actually we're really close in the games, and I actually think they were low-key winnable, and we'll blow past it. So it definitely feels like to me, C9 is in.
Tarek's
this
not that
mode
old.
Of pure positivity.
Yeah.
Like right now, in the short term, they don't want to acknowledge what's happening in hopes that it goes away. This is my read on the situation. Because I think it is so clear from the outside perspective.
Yo, what up, Sleeping Snipes?
And even listening, like I
Thank you
watched
for the sub.
C9 documentary that they did that had player comms and coach.
Oh,
comms.
shit, we got a
And I
Tarek
could
raid?
see
Let's
Dom and
go.
Nero watching the game and saying, "What the f are we doing?" They
What up,
said this,
Rish?
Like 7 times during the game.
Yeah, it is a fun watch.
Oh,
You guys should
shit,
go watch
Tarek
it.
They
raid.
go on podcast afterwards and be like,
Let's
"Yeah,
go.
we're not choking.
Yo, what up, Tarek?
You are lying to us."
Yeah, I'm keeping the seat warm until Rob gets here. He's on his way. Traffic's brutal with
And they can still win
World
the
Cup and all that
Yeah.
shit going on.
I'm
It's
gonna,
crazy.
I'm going to approach it from a slightly more analytical perspective, where I do think he does bring up one thing in there that I think is interesting, and then also looking.
This is
at
my late
the
career
consistencies
pivot.
across
I'm done
the,
producing videos, so I'm
split
just
as
gonna start
well.
streaming.
In a lot of those, there were games that were very losable, and then they
Yes.
came back through like a kind of miracle team play or a really big.
Man, I
team
can't wait
fight
for
or
Rob to get
something
here.
like that.
I'm thoroughly uncomfortable.
And then on top of that, the thing that Ben said in there is basically that he feels like a lot of people. caught
Nixon
up to him,
5?
like,
Sure.
This is not TL in.
I'm from
scrims.
Cleveland, so I got no dog in the fight.
We're inting in scrims. Our scrims are actually not going super well, and we keep winning on stage. So it's about finding the discrepancy there as well. So I can agree with Sven in that it isn't choking because it seems like this stuff has happened all the time. But then it's in a much more high pressure situation when all of the
Sheesh,
spotlight
but I
is
wish,
on
bro.
But
The
what do you-
fashion in which it happens is to me the most.
It's
shocking.
expensive out here in
I don't know
LA.
what to say, but like for instance, for a lot of the time,
I need that ad
Trevor,
revenue.
I think had an exceptional season. Like I had him higher than Inspired personally, right?
For
But the
regular
problem
season,
is it's for the regular season. But the problem was when they directly faced each other at the beginning of the split, like he would lose in the most like obvious of ways, like in the early.
Thanks, Sleeping
splits.
Snipes.
It's like, oh, I saw him level 1 near my red, but they didn't ward, and I walked to my red, and he came over there, and like my
Ugh.
game is ruined. Or like, oh, I.
So what do you guys think about that
that
that G2 XLG game, huh?
Then it's like, these are
Pretty funny.
someone who is so good good at being like when it comes to pathing, early pathing, and it just would stomp through the entire split generally. Like when he goes up like, against Inspired.
Damn, bro, you're in San Diego. You gotta drive up here, brother. Next watch party, come up.
Yeah.
The other side of this, and I talked about this on the dive with Kobe and Medios, is I was kind of putting it's like, is it a choke if you just
Hell yeah, Desi. In this house, we hate G2.
Inspired, right?
Yeah, true.
And it's like Inspired makes everyone else look worse.
The only good thing to come from G2 is Jonah.
Because he is so good, because he is able to punish your mistakes. So sometimes things that are looked at as a choke are really just forced mistakes and things that aren't getting exposed by teams that aren't able to see them, right?
Yeah.
And I think part of the credit does have to go to Inspired and to being so successful in a lot of these matches that has been knocking down Cloud9 because he's beaten them 6 times out of those 7, I believe, in those matches.
All of them would have been against Blabber because Blabber's the big constant on Cloud9. But we're moving to the series. As we pointed out earlier, the only team that C9's lost to is Lion.
Yeah, Stage 2's in July.
Every time they played them. We're moving forward into predictions here. Team Liquid has looked bad, but since dropping to the lower bracket, honestly, even in the playoffs, they went to 5 games against Lion and then are starting to run the lower bracket. This is my first time seeing everyone's predictions.
Believer.
For me, I'm Team Liquid, and I need to back this up really quick.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to see the guys play again. They've been putting in work. They did take a little break. They're now back this week. We recorded a bunch of content the past 2 days. Once Rob gets here, I got to go record some more videos today and tomorrow. So, yeah, we're going to have a bunch of stuff coming out on YouTube for you guys. And then the boys will just be grinding until Stage 2.
A couple things. A, I think C9 are under more pressure. B, I think Quid is playing really, really well in the lower bracket. And C, I feel like TL have figured out exactly how they want to play.
You've got a Rob jersey, Sleeping Snipes? What the hell?
They're going to play for team fighting. They're no longer forcing it on Morgan. They're going to focus on Quid and Yon, and they're going to have, Jose and Core as playmakers, as facilitators. I just feel like they have a very clear idea of how they want to play the game. I think it's going to be a close series. It's going to be exciting, but that's why I go for TL.
The draft points that you made are also some of the reasons why I think I believe in TL, even though I think it's going to be close. And additionally, one thing I do want to point out before I hand it to Raz to see why he
Damn, bro, you're in Qatar?
Was because I do like the fact that engaged supports are coming back into the meta, and I think
yo, what up, Jer?
much more dangerous.
How's it going, brother?
Because his engaged timing is very good.
I don't know if you saw, but Rob took care of a bunch of tickets after me telling him every day for the past like 2 weeks.
Put these down. I don't want to see these no more.
No, you can't attack someone with a broken
You'll have
hand.
it for now.
Damn, Louisiana.
Watch yourself. I'll see if you end up using it because at the end of the day, C9 is, even if we look at that one loss that they had.
Thank you for the sub, Jer. You're the GOAT.
Bad number, all right? They've had an incredible split. Even past the America's Cup, they had a better year. Like, generally speaking, we're seeing Thanatos playing the best he's ever played. We're seeing Vulcan play the best he's ever played.
He's the MVP.
Exactly. We're seeing Blabber play incredibly consistent, unless if he's playing Inspired. He's not playing against Inspired. We're making it back to an international stage. Let's start the damn games.
Match is starting now, apparently. Yo, was that Impact, my GOAT? Yeah, Jay, we were having a good laugh about G2 losing. That felt great. You love to see it. But yeah, how do you guys feel about this event being like in Arizona? Oh, it seems cool that like, smaller kind of markets get a chance to go experience an esports event live. There's nothing quite like going to a live esports event. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go, Tag. Enjoy it, brother. Oh, hell yeah, Jer. Enjoy it, brother. I actually just went to Arizona for the first time last month. One of my buddies got married out there. He He had his wedding in Jerome, Arizona, which is like an old mining ghost town. It was pretty cool. It was like spooky as shit. They're cosplaying Dr. Disrespect. Yikes. Yikes.
And hello, Mullet Arena. The road to Arizona has led us
Well, damn, Snipes, we gotta change that, brother.
Spring Split Finals weekend. Today's elimination match will see the loser go home and the winner challenge Lion tomorrow in the grand finals. You ready to meet our team?
We weren't at the haunted hotel. I was one of the groomsmen. So the
It's Team Liquid.
it was, I think it was like the Little Daisy Inn or something. It's like this gorgeous spot on top of like a hill, and you can see, look out and see like the mountains and shit. It was gorgeous. But some of the people stayed at the haunted hotel, and they were saying that it was like spooky as hell.
Now after a run through the lower bracket, they're one step away from the grand finals.
Oh shit, Rob's here.
But the competition is fierce and has the crowd behind them. Please welcome their opponents, Cloud9 Kia.
All right. Okay, wait, Rob. I'm hanging out for a bit. Rob's got to get situated. He just ran in.
With an undefeated regular season in the spring, it's safe to say that these
All right,
Titans
you good, Rob?
of the LCS have been dominating.
All right,
Today,
Rob's gonna take over.
they have an opportunity
Thanks for hanging out with me, guys.
to redeem their legacy
I gotta
and
go
earn
build
a
sets
spot
and get ready to film
on the
content. Later.
international stage once again.
Hello.
Today, two of the most
All right, we got to
historic
watch
teams
G2
in all of the
lose.
LCS. Today,
By the way,
two
Jerry, you know what I did all
teams
day
chasing
yesterday?
an
What did I do all day yesterday, Jerry?
appearance denied for so long.
I cleared out like
Today,
40
we'll see
tickets
two
for people who
teams
won
take to the
stuff.
stage.
So if you won
Only
something,
one spot
check
remains for
your
Mullet Arena, ASU.
check
Give it up one more time for
your
Cloud9
DMs
Kia and
because
Team Alienware.
wait, I gotta make sure that Alex has this on the right channel. Alex. Oh wait, let's see. He does not. Alex.
A great team.
I'm screaming at Alex.
Really good individual players and really good teamwork. It's kind of hard to have.
All right, I'll be right
one without
back.
the other.
Can you work together and make it happen in the big moments? Ultimately, that's the difference between just a good team and a great team.
The team that everyone's willing to play for each other and everyone's willing to do anything to win the game.
The team that can win in many different ways and you can never really predict how they're gonna beat you. So we are one of them.
Okay, I'm back. All right, if you're the hardcore people in the SEN League of Legends YouTube, we're going to be moving that to the main SEN YouTube. All right. Whoosh. I had to sprint across the hall and find Alex. All right. Alex was CEO for the morning. All right, I'm here. All right, chat.
All the teams in the finals
It's Kara.
will be a great team,
Thank
but
you
not all
for
of them are. A lot of people
the tier 1 sub.
be asked
Sleeping Snipes, one of the ticket holders.
they are trying,
All right, let's
but
get some.
I think it
Do you have to do it from here?
depends on trying.
Going to this
normal
final, I think
or
we are
the main
the
YouTube as well.
underdog, which I like it.
So,
Wherever you go to the final, you
it's
want
on
to
all
be the
three.
kind of underdog
It is on
mindset.
all three.
We have nothing
Yeah.
to lose.
Let's check.
They do. And we're gonna fight them.
We
This
had this
title
guy.
might mean.
I'm
more to
making
me than
fun
my
of
other
you.
Titles. Like I won a title, MVP in my first split. When things come too easy, you don't appreciate it as much. And this title, I'm gonna appreciate it a lot.
Billy. All right.
Old school orgs
I'll
are
find
trying
out.
to beat
Let's
us,
see.
but I joined DJ.
There it is. All right.
Won their first championship.
Yes,
I
it
joined
is live.
FlyQuest. Won their first championship. I joined Lion. I won for them as well. At this
Yes.
point, I feel like I'm
Yeah,
just
okay, so
the
many
memories
teams
of
Billy. Perfect.
OG org.
All right, we're
When I
live.
started,
I'm back.
very top player.
I'm here.
I'll
find out.
My number is
Okay,
number.
Sleeping
I just
Snipes, you
haven't
did
beat
indeed
them.
have one of the tickets.
But
This is, okay, so here's the setup for today.
we'll be right
This is the lower final. Let's get some sound here.
every team needs
the winner goes to
tap back.
MSI.
It's really easy.
The loser is just out and goes nowhere.
One of the tickets.
So like
This is okay. So here's
basically,
the setup for
oh
today.
wait, I've got the sound on the
This is
YouTube
the
channel.
lower final.
All right, let's get the volume off the YouTube channel. That would help. All right. So, what did I just do? I don't know. I'm scrambling. All right.
Make him humble.
So, G2 lost to XLG, yeah. Especially after the video G2 put out. I assume you all saw that.
And I think I'm a good example of that.
Ace Management 24, I wish you all the best. Good luck. I gamble sometimes. That was kind of spectacular. The G2 after the video G2 put out. I mean, come on.
To Tempe,
You cannot put out a video basically trolling your opponent and then gets clapped by them. So we got a lot of fun topics today. And then tomorrow we'll have a special guest. Golden Glue, our coach for the League of Legends team, will drop by. And so yeah, G2 picking XLG, laughing when they got first pick and then getting clapped is pretty spectacular. I was kind of shocked this morning because it looked like Foot was running over EDG, and then EDG just stood up and said, "Ha, sit down, Foot." EDG, those guys are veterans. I mean, they've been to every international, basically. I mean, they have such a long run. It's pretty crazy. I don't know what I've done over here. Gotta start this over. Alex incoming going wrong. What have you done?
And we'll see
Let's try
as
this
they
again.
go through. The Orianna being banned here. Now, you know Rise, as far as mid lane champion,
Let's
also going to
try
be super highly priced,
this
especially
again.
for Team Liquid, especially for Quid. Has been one of the
Okay.
really big picks for him.
All right,
there you go as well. The Bard also off the table.
Okay, now I have the YouTube chat up.
3 out of 4 bans here at the start of things, focused on that bottom side, getting rid of
All
those
right,
sports like
I
you're
have
talking
YouTube
about.
chat up.
Moving to there
So
as
many
well.
of you in the YouTube channel. Rob, who is winning Qatar or Switzerland. That seems like a pretty likely Switzerland victory, but I'm not exactly a soccer knower. So I will say that's not my expertise, but I would say if I had to pick, I would expect it to be Switzerland. All right, I got the YouTube chat up. Got the Twitch chat up. All right. No one posted on Twitter that you're all alive. Thank you, Desi Cat. Thank you. Let's go. We got stuff to do here today. We got a best of 5. So the Twitch chat up. It is kind of a wild. I keep forgetting to turn the sound off in the YouTube chat. Let me fix that.
Like Rise, and it combos really well with like Nico engages and stuff like that. So you can do some
All right.
attacking of side lanes and also look for some hard engage.
ASM management.
Team Liquid are not afraid of that nocturne pressure.
I'm always happy to give out advice. Okay, so the stakes here in this match.
We already talked about.
This is a best of 5. This is at, I think it's on the ASU campus. You hear double hear audio? Yeah, that's because it's my YouTube channel. I had the sound on. My bad.
Yumi got a little buffs a little while ago, but
No, it's
still
off.
definitely one of the most hated champions
So,
in Legends. Yep.
all right, so here are the stakes. The winner qualifies for MSI and then has a chance, if they win tomorrow, to win the split and to go to Esports World Cup. If you lose today, you're not going to anything. So it is kind of a wild thing. And so Cloud9, who used to be known as the team who always went on runs in the big international, they've now, it's come a full Cloud9 symptom that they can't make internationals. So I think Cloud9's last 7 international opportunities to qualify for an international, they have lost. Sports Bear XXL, how can you have a 25 stream streak? That's crazy talk. I don't know if I've been on 25 streams. All right, so let me now get the tweet out here.
Played it the most.
Now, one of the things I will be looking at, though, whenever we talk about Seraphine, we always talk about how she likes to have bruiser buddies. Xin Zhao's commonly a champion that's used as a great example that goes in, gives her something to fire the Encore through. Now, yes, Nocturne goes in, but he goes in like a ballistic missile 2,000 miles away.
Sometimes he can't follow up.
Yeah, sometimes the Encore doesn't quite
my
reach
post
the
out
seats up in the
here.
nosebleeds, you know what I mean? So I
Maybe
want
I'll
to see
troll
what
you
else they're going to
too.
draft to help make sure this Seraphine and Ashe combination...
Desi Cat really getting the job done. Last chance to get your Madrid jersey this weekend. So we're cutting off the orders by midnight tomorrow, and then we will be putting the order in. So all of you, anyone who's been thinking about getting the order, you should get your order in now.
Vision plays with the Annie, so many good hard engages, and he does play a lot of utility for Cloud9. It's one of the big differences between the mid laners. Quid looking for more DPS, more hard carry, and APA looking for hard engage a lot of the times, a lot of the styles of champion. So still some options available to him. And since jungle has not been answered, they're going to try and take down on Jose's champion. The question is, are you going to ban the Lee Sin here by Cloud9? Even with the little nerfs that Lee Sin did get, got a couple little damage nerfs. Still very good though after the changes that he got, especially with Safeguard, really jumping him up in priority. And Jose is so extremely good on the Lee Sin.
But I also really like this Jarvan ban. You're already playing Ashe Seraphine. They're very low mobility. Cataclysm can be super punishing. Jose's no stranger to that champ, so it makes sense for C9 to ban it away. They will also target the Gnar, keeping that one out of the top lane pool, as Team Liquid throws over the APA respect ban towards the Ziggs.
All right, we got our tweet out, getting ready to lock in here.
Limited in terms of range, so they do not want that to be the mid lane matchup they're dealing with. And sure enough, you talk about it, they don't ban it, so Jose is happy to pilot the Lee Sin here in game one.
There you go. They pick it up. He doesn't care about the small damage nerfs to the champion. Still pick it up. It has so much utility, and especially, you know, Ashe and Seraphine, they don't have a lot of mobility, so you can very oftentimes get into good kicking positions with that champ.
All right, we got the tweet out. We got the
Very
post out.
5-on-5
I have
for
the YouTube
Cloud9.
chat and the
Rounding out
Twitch
their top
chat
group,
ready to
Side
go.
and Nvidia
G2 losing to
gives them so
XLG
many
after
things.
putting
You
out a
have
video.
super beefy
It's
front,
always a
another
bold
person
video
who
when
we're
you
looking
put out a
forward to
video where
matching
your
Seraphine
team
will
is
off.
trolling your
Very easy to find
opponent
the big
so
old shot in
hard.
front.
And by the
Nvidia
way,
gives you a ton of wave clear. It's a
Tony
good
is
matchup
the
into
T
the
guy.
rise. Very common. And we'll see.
We are the ones who got knocked out of champs by XLGs. I'm never going to disrespect them.
Once again, as he's been able to run it before.
What is the age limit? Normally, most teams, a lot of orgs I think are 16 right now. Valorant next year is going to go to 17.
If he cannot be immediately bursted down, and I don't see a ton of
So yes, Z Megatron, Cloud9 has lost their last 7 qualification matches over the last 3 years. So Lion Gaming, who knocked him into the lower bracket last week, they are waiting tomorrow. The winner of tomorrow's match wins the split and goes to the Esports World Cup along with Sentinels. So Sentinels won the qualifier. So Sentinels will be going to the Esports World Cup. It's the League of Legends is the second week of the tournament, which I think is also the second week of July.
I like both sides. You know, the Cloud9 side is
and so Cloud9 try one last time.
But it does require some more execution. Okay.
Cloud9 trying one last time to get it done. So Team Liquid, they really want to get this run because they're the one team who most wants to go to Esports World Cup because their org is one of the few orgs trying to win it, or the only North American org actually trying to win the team.
Number 1 to kick off this
Oh, you're right,
best of
Desi Cat. I
5.
thought they had
a spot
tweeted.
in MSI, a spot in the finals tomorrow, both on the line here for the winner of this series. As already, Jose Diodo going to receive
All right, let's see what we got
auto
here.
attack. Not quite first blood, but you know, APA is sending a message.
Sending a message indeed, as he very often does early in games, but usually it's through the typing. APA by the way, last time he did play
Here
via
we
Nivea,
go.
You know, he solo killed Saint in this exact matchup.
Here we go.
So
Cloud9 locking in. All right,
Yeah,
so
so he
Cloud9's
started out
mid
here,
laner
good,
was
clean,
Team Liquid's
good
mid
luck,
laner
have
last
fun.
year.
Just some good
They
old-fashioned
released him,
League of Legends.
and now he's
Them hitting
come
the
back to
bottom
try
side,
and
focus on
exact
the
his
Ashe Seraphine
revenge and knock Cloud9 out of MSI.
For so long in this split, and I feel
So
like
it's
a lot of
kind
times
of a
teams have
wild
struggled
time
to come
here.
up with answers for how to survive the early pressure. And you can see right
getting
there,
some good damage
Sven
in.
and Vulcan
Okay,
just slamming
so
these
any of you who
lots
are
of
not League of
exchanges,
Legends
both,
fans
in
or don't
bottom
know
lane
League
and
of
in mid lane. You can
Legends,
tell
I will
on the
answer
health
any
bars there
question.
going pretty low, so
I give more of a
when it
fan
is
stream.
really
I don't have
volatile like
insight.
this,
I'm
having a
not.
lot of heavy trades in both mid lane and
I'm not
bottom
an
lane
ex Counter
gives you a
Strike
lot of
pro
opportunity for
world
jungle
champ.
creativity, and we're really early
I'm
on,
not even
so,
a highly ranked player.
There are some
but
possibilities, some defensive
I
wards
do
appear, and
have
Cloud9 both. They have Nocturne on
baseline
full clear
knowledge,
down towards
and
the
I
bot
watch
side,
a lot of
and they
League of
also have
Legends.
that
I'm a
ward
big
on
fan of the
blue buff,
game.
so they know that
I
Lee
watch
Sin
a lot of
started
K-Drill
on this
League
red
of
side
Legends
quadrant,
streams.
and Jose is actually going to go
Which
for
anyone
the
who
early
wants to learn the
recon here
game,
to get,
like
what
watching
I would assume would be a
K-Drill's
longsword start here
LCK
to get some
VODs
extra
on
damage
YouTube
and
is
go
definitely
on
a
up to the
great
top
way
side,
to,
but Cloud9, as we
because
said,
he
with that ward
does
on
know a
blue
lot
buff,
about the
will know
game,
that's
and
a
he
long
knows,
time,
he
and
understands
has not done
draft
a
strategy.
standard,
He has the most
timing for
spectacular
his early
knowledge
clear
about
up to the
draft
top
strategy.
side.
And speaking of early recalls, CoreJJ was
So
forced back. to
he
get
is
that level
definitely
one
the
trade. He
person
had
to
go all the way
watch
back to
for
Fountain.
that.
All he got was a control
Poke
board
the
in his
noob,
inventory,
welcome to the
so
chat.
Not exactly the start.
Yeah,
to the
Sleeping
lane
Snipes,
that Team
K-Drill
Liquid
is
would like to
goated.
have
And
down
the
here
thing
in
that
the
was
bot
amazing
side
is his
2v2.
own
Sven
team
already
that was
up
like a
more than
tier 2
wave of
team
minions as the next
that
wave is arriving, and
they
just
almost
continuing
went
to
on a
control the pace
crazy
of things
run
down here.
to
We
make
get
it to the
Tam top real
playoffs
quick.
of the
Saul Vulcan has control over this lane here early, but that's what
opening
you'd
tournament. But he was
There's
literally
a
on
lot
stage would
that
do the
goes
draft and
into
then
this
run
series, as we've been saying,
into
leading
the
up
crowd to
this
stream.
week, a lot of
There you go,
pressure
most international
to get an
appearances, but Cloud9
international
has not
appearance
been.
for both of these organizations, with Cloud9 and Team Liquid. These are the organizations that have represented us the most of any org in North America's history. 13 appearances for Cloud9 and 10 for Team Liquid. Very important to these legacy organizations, their owners, their fans, their players.
Yeah.
And so a lot riding on this best of 5.
The last time North America made an MSI final, that was Team Liquid getting us there. The last time that North America made World Semifinals, that was Cloud9 getting us there. These are not just the teams that go the most, these are the teams that also go the furthest when it comes to that international competition. And you know they've got to be hungry to get back there. For Cloud9, this would just put them that much further in the lead of that #1 spot. And for TL, it breaks the second place tie with TSM.
Yeah, and there's
So
even
Blabber
further
is
stakes
the
on the
super
line
high
because
upside,
Team Liquid, they replaced
super
APA
low
with Quid. And so
downside player.
extra
Yeah,
little
Lost
bit in
Road
mid lane.
was so much fun
Nice
to
Rune
watch.
Prison sets it up here for the Sonic Wave.
Uh-oh,
APA taken low.
uh-oh.
He's sent into the egg.
Okay,
but
so
gets the turret.
the champion that
Egg's not
APA
taking
is
a ton of damage here,
playing,
just yet, but
oh,
take enough.
the
It's
champion
first
APA is
blood
playing
to Jose Diodo.
is
It's the Lee
Anivia.
Sin Flowers. He gets
It
in there. Jose
has,
gates
when you
from
die the
bottom
first time, you have an
side.
egg,
They
and then you
know
have a
that he
rebirth.
cleared bottom side first, but he
And
did that
so
recall into
they
longsword
immediately
back
just
from the
pounced on
top
him and
side,
killed
and
him,
so
yeah.
he wraps around.
So you can see when he
Jose
dies
here
here,
is able to
he
get
turns into
the
an egg and
gank
gets
onto
resurrected,
APA,
but they
and
were
since
ready,
APA
and they just
thought
powered
he
him
could walk
down.
it off since he had egg. He did not invest his flash.
Wait a second,
Back to
and now
live,
Morgan
though. We
got
have
a
a solo kill
1v1
up here on the
top.
top side.
Uh-oh.
Thanatos
This is
gets
going
taken
bad
down by
for
Morgan in the
C9
1v1.
fast.
Thanatos, our top laner, who has ruled the
Cloud9
top
trying to make
lane
their
all
Valorant.
split long,
Cloud9
was
League of
not ready
Legends
for the
trying to make their
Zahen.
They're
Valorant
lying
team
down
feel
the
better.
T-Law in game #1. Flowers, first blood in mid lane. Solo Bolo in top
That was
lane.
wild.
The early stage is going quite well
So
for
most
this
of
Team
the
Liquid
time in League of
squad,
Legends,
and
you
their
see
solo
every
laners
kill.
are
We don't
both
ever have to yell out
damage-heavy
for Prius.
carries here.
But
So
normally
your side
the
lanes
top
will
lane,
be interesting.
usually
Since
the
Cloud9 are
early
running a
game,
Nocturne,
nothing
and Blabber
happens.
has been farming up, looking for
And
his level 6.
therefore, they are
fairly
rarely showing the
soon,
top
but,
lane early in the game
we'll see what
because
that
just
ends up
they're
looking
the
like
most
later on.
people with the
Cloud9,
most
of
health
course, they're pushing
and
bottom
the
lane
least
again,
damage.
so they should be able to do
To get
the
a
dragon,
solo
no
kill this
problem,
early in the
even
game
after
top
mid got
lane
killed.
is
Jose, though, look
surprising.
at that Lee Sin on the mini-map, wrapping around. He was looking for a little bit of action mid, but with the very safe play from APA, you see him hovering. He'll just back off. So no dragon start for Cloud9.
And as we wait to see where the action happens next, make sure to tune into the grand finals tomorrow, where drops will will be active on Twitch. You can watch the series on the official LCS channel or any eligible co-streamer to earn a Glorious Champion capsule
Jerry.
and an LCS Renekton emote.
It's Kara.
So make sure
Thank
you
you for the
remember to
sub.
tune in.
Jerry,
one of these
the
two teams
loyal.
will be playing in that one up against Lion, who will also
the other big
be
thing for
hungry to
fans
fight
we'll be
their
rolling
way
out next
to
week
another
is
title,
there will
to
be
the
a super
opportunity
fan program
to represent
again
at
where you
MSI
can
as
go to
that number
Paris
one
to
seed.
to watch the Valorant tournament or the Apex Legends tournament.
Deliverance from Morgan up in the top side just to maintain more control
of the way to force
Thanatos back.
So we will be announcing plans for that next week. The 3 places. So if you'd like to get a free trip to Paris to go watch the Valorant tournament, I will be doing the grand finals tomorrow also.
Stick to the script. Stack those dragons. You are a
anyone who would like the opportunity to go watch the Valorant tournament in Paris, or the Apex Legends team, or the Sentinels League of Apex team will be competing. We'll be doing some giveaways next week. You'll have an opportunity to enter to win a trip to Paris. You just need to have a passport. Last year, a lot of people won trips and they didn't have passports. You need to have a current passport. But so John QT, Jonah P, and our captain of our Apex team, Monsoon,
trying to remain consistent.
They will all be
doing
is
the most important thing. Keep your farm
Poke the noob.
Keep the pace.
Thank you for the prime sub. Every 10 subs we get, we give away a jersey.
And we'll see. He's going
on both. We give the jerseys away both on YouTube and on Twitch.
He sets off his ulti, but right now he's actually hovering around before he finishes.
So we get 10 subs, we have jerseys away, and then
want to see those first.
You know what? Today though, since it is today and tomorrow,
is so annoying.
Maybe we'll give away a jersey at the end regardless, and if we get the 10, we'll give away extra jerseys. We'll do that.
Yeah, and he's got almost.
So anyone who makes it to the end of the stream, we will be doing jersey giveaways. Alex now has set up the
it does affect your clear
code for it's easy.
That's why I think.
Does he cap from last time? Okay, I'll be giving away. Fortunately, I yesterday cleared up like 40 giveaways. I got way backed up. I had a lot of stuff to get done.
Unless an opportunity.
The winner will be selected. You'll be spamming a code, but I'll tell you what code, and then Alex will make random selections.
Spell on bottom side, but
Legendary Potato King, welcome to the stream.
Anything. Yep, the
Thunder Bat with the G2 laugh chain.
To be able to just get out of the line of sight there from Sven.
So,
the Ash dodge away from the
yeah, so next week we'll be having some opportunities on Twitter where if you post some clips, so anyone who's interested in going to watch either the Valorant or Apex tournaments in Paris, first set, it's the July like 7th.
Is keeping things pretty close to Say's interference. Speaking of Jose,
there'll be the opportunity, so keep an eye out. So go follow Monsoon on Twitter and Jonah and John, and we'll be announcing ways that you can win a trip to Paris to go watch the Valorant Esports World Cup. You get free flight, free hotel, free tickets.
Morgan with some pretty consistent.
We had some subs before I got here.
However,
okay,
Thanatos, as you can see,
I'll go look.
Doing very well with his CS despite the solo kill.
He's doing great. He's having a fantastic time up here. Losing that 1v1, never really sitting behind in terms
crazy
of
Ebbs.
to participate in the lane.
I missed you.
Have presence there and make sure that he doesn't fall.
Crazy Ebbs subbed before I got here.
From the minions.
Yeah, they're making a roam here too. Look at the Rise. Rise with Realm Warp available. So Quid is going to back up Jose.
So
Jose has already found Blabber off to the side.
All right,
but
here we go.
Jumps in instead, going after Morgan. They want to try to burst him down before he has enough determination to proc the ulti. Quid's making his way forward.
That
Blabber
is
has to flash away, but the Rune Prison finds Thanatos. Morgan right back out of the turret range. He's losing his determination stacks. They won't have the revive, but Jose Diodo is still waiting on the wings.
But we'll have to figure out
there's
a way for us
trying to make sure they can get out of here safely. Quid just trying to stop the recalls.
They're losing a lot of mid right now for this. So Team Liquid, they committed 3 people top, and they're really trying to get something out of it.
That was kind of a big deal there.
Used mid,
Blabber used his ult. So Blabber's playing a champion called Nocturne, and it has the ability to go a long way and turn the lights out on you, so you lose vision.
C9's top laner gets himself
yes,
out of danger,
I'll do the extra giveaways
all
today.
The time that TL
in fact, I'll do giveaways at the end of this game. I'll do giveaways.
They had from their kills has disappeared.
Yeah, APA got to push in mid lane there, get a turret plate for the Anivia. They are still going to push on top side, so they are going to deny Cloud9 some of these minions on top side, and committed a lot of time up there with 3 people, but thankfully.
So we're doing giveaways on Sen Society, so if you're not a Sen Society member, you might want to go join. It's only $5 a month. We'll do giveaways there.
You've got 10 minutes on the clock, 45 seconds until the second
so
dragon spawns.
C9
took the first one without a contest
free trips, we'll call them, as opposed to the jersey giveaways. The free trips to the tournament, those will be promoted on Twitter and at Sen Society.
We'll certainly be interested.
And then for those of you who want to win a free jersey, I'm going to give those out throughout the day, but I will give away one to YouTube and one to Twitch at the end of each game today to make up for the ones I didn't give away.
Because the last time
time, I was so traumatized by our loss to FlyQuest.
Bottom side right now.
It was probably the worst match our League of Legends team had played the whole year. So that was very disappointing because they really looked good and they had some great scrims that week, and we were really very optimistic about what they might do, and it was just one of those days where nobody played well.
A lot of champions roaming towards this area.
Here we go. This is the dragon fight you were looking for, Flowers. Team Liquid slowly trying to get some vision. The Scryer's Bloom does help a lot.
Teleport not ready
so
for
Nader's
either top laner.
7776.
This is an honest 4v4.
Yeah, we will.
Morgan and Thanatos cannot get involved.
There'll be a number of different places on Twitter where we'll be announcing ways to try and win the free trips. And then plus
a little bit, but now
Society.
immediately they fire everything from
Oh, this is a big fight. They got to kill Blabber. Blabber's got to stay alive. The key is if you're the jungler, pretty much when you're trying to take a dragon, the jungler has to stay alive because the jungler has an ability called Smite, where the jungler can do a one-shot on the objective that no other player can. Well, they just backed off. Wow, that's big for C9 that they got their second dragon. Uh-oh, they're about to try and turn this fight around, though. They got one. They got two. Wait a second. So the whoa, let's go. So the Team Liquid.
Lee Sin strikes again, Flowers. He does let them get the dragon. He backs off because Cloud9 do a calm, good job.
So the Team Liquid mid laner is Rise, and their ultimate ability is they can grab a group of people, or actually grab anything, and they teleport. So everybody basically jumks on the Rise bus and gets teleported.
The Anivia. They get the extra chase down.
That was very big. So again, for those of you who aren't League of Legends fans, the key is there's 3 lanes, and your goal is to blow up the turrets. There are 3 rows of turrets along the 3
respect for Jose on the Lee Sin still, even with the nerfs.
And you need to blow up those turrets and then blow up the other team's base. Games usually run between 30 and 40 minutes.
They do a good
If they're
job
less than that, it's kind of a beatdown.
Jose from the actual objective, but then after
and so there's 3 things that you'll keep track of on the scoreboard after the replay. I'll
here's the
point
start.
out
Jose gets him an egg. It is critical that
Lee Sin
as well
play
comes
can be
from the
super
Dragon
fun.
Pit to also get that double knockup.
In our lore, back when we were P1, Mike Young went on an epic Lee Sin game in the
but the job's not done.
first international play.
They're popping
Lee Sin
off
is
about
born
it, and the
to
critical
make
thing, those
highlight
chase
plays.
down kills you're talking about.
Okay, so on the scoreboard,
the
kill count is in the middle. That's just, it's actually not, doesn't mean anything other than just give you a sense of how the game's going.
Yeah, he probably thought
the score is 24.9 to 22.4. That is important. That is how much gold your team has to buy items, weapons, armor, healing, and the like.
Got the Sven kill
the map starts the same every game, but then depending on what Dragon Soul it is, the map will evolve. So this is a Mountain Soul, which you can see that icon right there, which I just blocked by moving the mouse. It's a Mountain Soul, and so that gives you extra shields.
The damage output is
and then when it becomes the Mountain Soul, the map morphs some. So for each Dragon Soul, the map has some different characteristics. But in general,
gets involved. Maybe that's going to be the recipe for success for them. But that's a
the
question we'll have
maps
to
are
answer
viewed
here
as
in
being the same,
future.
but then they evolve once you see which soul it is. So for the dragons, up here it shows how many dragons. Team Liquid has none. Cloud9 has 2. So Cloud9's best way back into this game. Poor Thanatos, they're just bullying. They're not going to be able to kill him, or are they? Wait, he went back in thinking that, he was not going to die. That was big, but wait, here come the reinforcements.
They make the outplay in the 2v2. Core JJ shows
They
up,
brought the
guarantees that Jose won't
reinforcements so
fall
he
as
can try and
well.
get Jose out of there.
The Seraphine closing distance.
So that, they did, and he got charmed. So the Seraphine basically hypnotized him. That was big for Cloud9 to get back in the game, and now they can walk.
They draw them closer to the tower, and then
they come right over here now and take the Rift Herald. So that's little creature over here. It's called the Rift Herald that Blabber is hitting. That character's job is you set it in a lane, and then it runs and crashes into a tower, and it'll take like half of a turret's health. And Liquid's trying to get here for some cleanup kills because
here. Core JJ got to be careful. C9 making their exit, also just going to teleport Thanatos right
and then
back
the other
towards
thing
the
they
top
added
side,
last year, I think it was, where you can drive the Rift Heralds. You can actually take it and drive from one lane to another.
This time they also get the escape after the big play.
Critically.
Get the kills, get the objective.
I'm going to say I expect the Spurs to win tonight. Then I think Nick's taking
let's take another look, because
That's my
this
prediction.
was a TL play that they're. You had Rakan coming too, but
So-
Blabber here is just waiting the whole time.
Thanatos
waiting
came
for
back
the
because
turn.
he knew,
And even
because
though they're not
Nocturne
in tower range,
has
Santos
two
still gets
great
the turn.
abilities in his ultimate. One,
and
it
he
turns the
flashes
light
away
out
to
so the
make
other
sure
team
he
can't
did
see
not
well. The
die.
other thing
Blabber
is it
also
can
flashing away from the
teleport, so he
re-engage.
travels
And
a
here
reasonable amount of,
comes
so you
Vulcan,
won't know he's
MVP.
there, and then also
He's
the
gonna
lights go out.
barely
and he's
tag
gone.
on the edge. This ultimate, Jose
And
tries
then
to step out.
Vulcan,
He
who
thought he
was the
all way out, but
MVP
his
of the
heel,
league
though,
as a
the edge
support,
of
which
your
is pretty
foot there,
unique.
still in range.
And there he shows his
And it
MVP
tags him,
form.
and they
So
get the
Vulcan
extra
was
kill.
the MVP
And this is,
of the spring
considering
split.
the outcome of that last play, this quote here from earlier in the split is pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, Vulcan literally said, I don't want to live in a world where
So
Jose is
Diodo,
MVP.
the jungler for
And he
Team
made that true
Liquid,
by earning MVP himself.
He
took
and the
it
jungler
away
for
from
Lion
Jose.
Inspired.
And in that last play, also
Definitely are the
took
three people
away
making the most
his
impact
bounty.
on the league.
Now
Inspired,
it's
I don't
next
think
Dragon
was
already
top
live
3 for
on
some
the map.
reason.
C9
Even
with a
though
2-0 Drake advantage
Inspired
so
is the
far.
GOAT who any
They'll go to
team he
sole
goes
points
to
and
qualifies
really
for an
be
international.
A serious moment of
Like he's been on
pressure
4 different
for
orgs, and
TL
every
and
org
every
he's
Dragon
taken
in the
to
future.
a global
TL
level.
obviously knows this, so they've got
All right,
the
so
early
this is a
setup
big
on the
win
bottom side
for
river.
Liquid to
Jose
get
already
this
taking down the
Dragon here,
as Morgan makes sure that
because
there's security
the
through
thing
the bottom
that
lane
if
entrances
you're
to that river. Core JJ also watching through the enemy jungle.
if you're
So
Team
TL's gonna
Liquid,
get
your
this
biggest
one.
risk
C9
is
will
that
just let it go.
Cloud9 grab
and
that
meanwhile,
soul.
Sion is just pushing on that top tower, so
And
they
so
are
by
getting
getting that
paid
Drake
up
and
on the
stopping
top side
that,
of the map.
because the
Meanwhile,
other
play
problem you
for
have
mid
is that
lane.
the other team has
Not
3
gonna result in any
dragons.
deaths, but
You're
Endo's
kind of
farming
stuck
plates.
because you have to then
Pretty
go
close
fight
game
for the
here
dragon,
in game
and so the other
number
team has a
1
lot of
our
leverage over you. by that.
penultimate best of 5 here for the spring split. Team Liquid still with that very modest gold lead. The Dragon advantage for C9. The Rift Herald, I still want to see what use we get out of that. I feel like these days you see many more Battle Heralds than you used to, so that might be one of the
Toxin
plays.
Valorant.
It's actually such a
Welcome
fun
to the
objective.
stream. We're having some
Definitely
fun
so
here to see if
appreciative of the
Cloud9
balancing,
is going to stop their
of the league team
organizational
making those
streak
changes.
of bad luck
Turning it
between
into not
Valorant and
just
League of
any
Legends
other
for the last
normal
2 years.
objective that just kind of sits in the pit and
The
you
last
take it
2.5
and, you get
years,
some random buff or
Cloud9 has not
whatever.
been to an
Having
international for League of
active that you
Legends
can
or
actually
Valorant. So
use
today's
to
their day to
change
try and break that
teamfights,
streak.
or produce a lot of comedy, as we've seen people drive.
You know, in the honor
do not know how to drive it.
World Cup, we
Definitely
might have to
true.
do some refreshment breaks here throughout this.
Best,
We may have to
changes
start
to
sipping
objectives, I
some
think, that they made for
sipping some
on
Red
the
Bull
season's change.
tequila
So
here.
we'll see.
in the honor
we'll see
of
what's in the future
now
as
that
well.
the
But currently,
World Cup
still holding on
turned
to it
into
there
youth
for
soccer,
Flabber
where
because,
there's
as you say,
orange
very
breaks
popular
every
to
20
use it
minutes.
in team fights to be able to get someone out of a bad scenario or even make it engage for yourself.
Right now, looks like everything's just going to take a nice and slow pace for a little bit. Our top laners have switched down there to the bottom side, while the mid laners have been assigned their wave clear duties that AD carries often end up having.
So
around the
Cloud9's
mid-game.
comp,
19
the
minutes
one
on the
issue
clock
they have
means that
is
we've got still over 3 minutes.
there's
Hey, we got the FlyQuest
FlyQuest
guys hanging out in the audience here
who
today. They made their road trip out
didn't
here, streaming the whole
qualify,
thing the other day.
but they're there?
To be a part of the finals. Come see what's going on. And now I'm curious, Kobe, where do you think we're getting the next action happening? And even more importantly, who's starting it?
Yeah, I
Ash
think
and
it's got to be a
Seraphine
side
scale
lane
low.
play here. I mean, you've
Nocturne,
got Nocturne
not so
in the game,
much.
and you have these towers getting to the breaking point on the sides, getting quite low. But as I say that, Lee Sin is hovering mid, and there's about 3-4 pings from Team Liquid. Jose wants an angle for a Lee Sin kick, and you can see
SBN
the pre-existing
211.
ward.
There he goes.
The
but
problem
the
with
Sonic Wave
being
doesn't collide.
under
Very,
17
very fortunate
is,
for Sven there. You can see
and
Vulcan
you're seeing
even
with the
fired off
Envy this
hour
year,
just
the
in
problem
case
is
to
if
make
you
sure
have
they couldn't
people
pull
who
Sven
aren't
after
old
his
enough to
carry.
play in the big
And now Core
tournaments,
JJ
and then you
backs
qualify,
away.
but they're
He can
not
already
there to
pop the
play,
quickness, ready
then
to
you're
follow
kind of
up on
stuck.
that. So both support
So I think
ultimates
for
down
next year,
now.
people will really be
Everybody in the
focused on
game
players
was
who
so
turn
ready for this
17
play
during
to
the year
pop
next
off
year.
in mid. And so they're popping ultimates, but
Hang on,
now neither
Alex
support,
giving me
as you
some
say, with
information.
both Core and Vulcan, using them, kind of expecting the actual engage, but because it didn't happen, Anivia just gets the push top side. I think Rise will get there from most of that wave, but if it is not a cannon wave, gonna drop a few of them and also allow Anivia a little roam
20
time.
minutes from now, we All right, so he's driving the Rift Herald now.
Yeah, that's about as standard as
The
you can
one
get. You ram it
problem
into
with
the
that
tower and
is
walk
sometimes
away,
you
so
fall off
they'll
and
get
you're
some
right
play
in the
money, but
middle of
that's
the other
about
team.
it.
Oh
Paranoia now
no! See,
down
that's the
low.
great thing about
SC9
Nocturne.
have found a target. They want to go
Is
after
that
Morgan.
Nocturne's
He goes on the wall there
ability
with the grim
to just
deliverance, getting himself away from
teleport
now,
when
but
you
he's
see
already
someone
down
in
to
slow
100
health?
HP,
Oh,
and it's
his
100 too
jungler
much for
saved him.
C9. Hosedioto shows up and says, "Not today."
They get him out. They get the safeguard. They get the kick. They get the peel. Now you're trading mid lane for top lane at the moment. Rise
Team
thriving in the
Liquid
side lane there.
got
Quid
the first
is
turret,
very
you get
rich, but mid
bonus.
lane.
And now they're going for the
Hey,
pinch.
Jen's gonna be
They
careful now.
got the
Flashes away,
pinch
stay out of danger.
in.
APA can't stay
Okay,
the
oh
same as the
no.
crystalline.
Oh no.
He traps
APA put up
himself
a
on the
wall,
wrong side of
but he
the
put
wall.
himself on the
He
wrong
can't
side
get
of the
away from him,
wall.
and Team Liquid get the enemy
So
mid
one
laner yet
of
again.
Anivia's
Down,
abilities
and
is
that
it builds little walls.
Plenty of time for Quid to finish
But
up
he put
top
the wall
side.
in
He's
exactly
roaming down.
the
He's
place
still
where
a
he was
Raptor as
trapping
well.
the
The rest of
enemy.
the team finishes up the mid lane. So no, not only did Team Liquid get the kill, but they get the top tower and the mid tower here. Now already,
Are they going to
Blast
pretend to
in
go after
start the
Baron here?
and we're only 20 minutes.
So a lot of
More than
times what a team will do is
45
go
seconds
start
into the
trying to
game,
kill the
Flowers. That thing's
Baron
gonna melt.
early in the game
Yep,
just to
this
make
Baron
the
is
other
already down
team
to half HP.
teleport
Blabber
there.
is hanging around nearby. Control ward over
So
the wall.
it's
Team Liquid
unclear
gonna
now
clear
that they're
one
this
out of the
far
way.
on it. They may
Check it
just
out,
decide to
check it out,
flip
Blabber's
it. Oh
alive.
no,
Gonna
Blabber
go,
can
he
turn the
doesn't
lights
know,
off,
no.
but they got it, and they got the
Has
kill. That
secure,
was
and
huge
Blabber
for Team
falls right
Liquid.
after.
Oh
Now you got
no.
the Realm Warp coming in. It's Quid
Oh
with the flash
no, and then they
from
have the
prison,
Realm Warp
and
thing.
Sven
Oh
goes
no,
straight to jail. Do not
GG.
press
Oh
go. Do not
no.
collect $200. This
Oh,
man is out of there. And Team Liquid, they get 3, they get Baron, they get the whole damn thing.
Oh,
That's truly
no.
going to break this game
That's all I can
open.
say is,
Flowers,
oh, no.
Team Liquid now have so much pushing power. They already had the Grubs buff. Now they're going to have the Baron buff. Let's take another
Oh, no.
look at that play. You can see
I'm
in the
gonna say that
picture,
one more
they're
time.
getting more
Oh,
tower
no.
money. But Blabber's ult cooldown was ticking down to 1 second. It barely ticked over right when the Baron was low enough to go. So he was spamming that to go in to try and get the flip.
Wow.
But TL, not only
I
do
really
they get the
can't
flip
believe that just
Flowers, but
happened.
they get the chase downs as well. So much extra money in addition to the Baron to empower the split push for
So
them.
SBN
Get some more
211,
turret
the
plates,
key
get
is
another
just
dragon for
go. You
themselves.
got to grind and you got to just make your way up the rankings. And that's where people will find younger players.
And got the most powerful buff on the map.
So,
And the one
like
thing
this
that
summer, you
wanted
can't have
to get
school
your dragon
now.
stacking to try to
So
force
for the
these future
summer,
team
your
fights,
goal has
well,
to
the
be to
clock works
play
out, but
like
now we
10,
get
12
that
hours
too.
a day
Everything
and
is
just
going Team
grind and
Liquid's
get
way
yourself
now.
to the
They'll
top
grab
of the charts.
The dragon. The bottom lane tier 1 turret finally falls as Jan puts the last little bit
Oh,
of work
Toxin,
into that one. And
I
TL
looked at your
still
orders.
has
I
this
didn't think you
Baron
had
for
the
another
blackout
minute and a
jersey.
half,
So
as
yeah, I can
C9
still make
has
a
to
change.
scramble to
So
stop
tell
the
me
bleed.
what you want and
They
I'll get it
certainly
changed
do
today.
have to
So
scramble.
DM me
They
on
need to
Twitter, Toxin, and I'll
scramble
get it
some
fixed.
money together too.
Yeah, I thought I looked.
for their carries.
I didn't think you had
especially
bought one,
mid
but go ahead and
bottom
send me.
here. Both Quid and Jan, 2,000 gold ahead.
But yeah, SBN,
for
you got to
Team
just get to
Liquid
work.
with their respective
And then the other
roles,
thing you should
and
do
it
is you
looking at
should
very
launch
good.
your own
Full
YouTube
level
channel.
for Quid on top
And
of
then
it,
you
Jan's
should
got
start
2 full levels.
clipping
So
your
in addition
best
to the
plays off.
2K
You
gold,
should
the experience is
just
also
go on
very
Twitch,
valuable.
stream yourself
And
to
that's
your
not just Rod
mom,
of Ages level. They both have Rod of Ages. They're both
and then
10 attacks. That's
clip
a
your
real
highlights,
homegrown
and then start a
level.
YouTube
That's
channel
made
and
in the
start
Rod of
posting
Ages
your
factory.
clips.
This
So
is
that's the
real
way
deal
people will
here.
find you if you're
Farmed that
popping
out
off.
himself.
Yes, sir. Jose Diodo,
Play the
though,
game,
once again,
stream the
lurking
game,
in the brushes.
clip your
This
highlights,
man has
post your
had
highlights.
Such a beautiful game on Lee Sin.
Yeah.
Here in
And
this
hope
first
that people
one.
see that you're
Surely
popping
making
off and
C9 regret
notice you.
not banning it out there in that second
It is what I say to
phase.
everybody who
But
wants to
you
get into
allow
esports,
Jose to play it.
whatever
He's going to show
your
you why you
area
got to
of
ban it out. Blabber trying to take the
specialty
tier
is.
2
Start
turret down
creating
in the bottom
content
lane
and
while Team
post
Liquid
it
pushes
on
top
your
here, just trying to get
favorite
something
social
back
media.
through the objective bounty, through some kind of a
If you
trade.
want to be a designer, start designing
map
stuff.
right now, it looks
We
like,
found
thanks to the
Yayazi
UI indicator,
from
but immediately
her
Coach
post
AJ
of
is going to
Sentinels art on
gets
Twitter.
caught! The grand
Uh-oh.
entrance is far too quick. The summoner spell not ready yet from Sven. The flash is still on cooldown, so as soon as core flash is in, it's lights out for the Ashe.
Yeah, Cloud9 a little behind the play because they still have Blabber pushing from bottom, and you know the recall is going to take a while.
Abdul, no, I am just here
he knows he has enough
hosting
time,
the
and
finals weekend watch party. Today, the winner qualifies for MSI.
From Rakan, make it
Tomorrow,
happen.
the
They're
winner
inside
wins the
base,
split and
Flowers
also
in.
qualifies for Esports
The
World Cup.
onslaught
2
is
teams go.
painful
Sentinels,
here
who
for
won the
Cloud9,
qualifying
but
tournament, and then the
TL,
winner of the split,
they
which
feel like
we
their
will find
job
out
is
tomorrow.
done. They've gotten what they came for.
Well, the one silver lining is
yeah, SPN, the key is just getting clips. So whether you're posting them on YouTube or if you have an Instagram and just starting to play the game and then get clips of yourself playing the game. And you just got to pop off and start to give people a place to find you.
Jose going to make sure he steals away the blue buff on the way out. Just deprive Cloud9 of every possible resource.
Yeah. Jose really having a good opening game here for Team Liquid. The entire team as well, though.
Jerry.
Like the escape from Morgan on the bottom side that we saw. Some good movement as well from Quid. So if Team Liquid coming out here locked in game number 1, Cloud9 definitely going to have their work cut out for them.
Jerry, I hope your schedule is open for the Esports World Cup SEN trip to Paris.
They still have the possibility. They're going to try and group up, and as you can see, they're slowly working through the jungle, trying to create their own vision lines, creep through, make sure there's some safe area for at least one of their carries to get some income. Sven is in base right now. I don't think Quid will like realm warp over there on him or anything.
That would be kind of wild.
We'll see. Team Liquid, they're just going to rotate their 4-1 split push over, meet up with the minion wave, and Jose's done with his Guardian Angel too, so he can go really deep for a play with Flash, with Kick, with Guardian Angel available.
And I feel like that's a pretty big difference between this third itemization for the junglers. Normally that Guardian Angel is the stock standard item number 3 for AD junglers. This time around, Blabber has gone for the Serpent's Fang instead, wants to reduce some of the shielding on the other side. There's quite a lot of shielding to be reduced, I'm not going to lie, but it does mean that when Blabber presses Paranoia, 9 times out of 10, that's a one-way ticket, and you're not getting up after they knock you down. So 7,500 gold lead for TL.
Baby at 30 popping off.
Those last
I know, what's Tarek's excuse?
And they have total control over the map. Look at this enemy blue buff quadrant from the TL perspective.
Jerry, you're in London next week for the
boards in this
finals?
thing. It's lit up like a Christmas tree, and it's Team Liquid who are hoping C9
EWC
comes around looking for what
Paris.
presents are under there, because the only presence is Jose Bioto right now, trying again to look for a play. Nope, C9, they've got the buddy system. Everybody gets out safe.
Yeah, they're keeping their carries farming waves while hovering
My
around
favorite
them.
slogan in all of sports.
Try and hover around, make sure Sven and APA can still get some income from these minion waves. And then everybody else is kind of
the one good
watching
thing for Cloud9 in this game is that they got those first 2 Drakes, so therefore right now they can just try and not fight when they're way behind.
Get yourself into any trouble here. You know,
does he got just Sen Apex will be there and Sen League of Legends will be there?
Giving over another one, but don't want to risk
Apex
the
is the
game
first week along with
moment
Valorant, and League of Legends is the second
just
week.
quite yet. So think that we'll still see Cloud9 doing a similar thing, just safely keeping up their farm and not approach this dragon. It's just too dangerous to go out into the jungle. But the
yeah, so this is a good time for Cloud9
so
just to say, like, you know what, you take that third dragon
over.
And then they'll be ready to go
awfully
for
quickly though. Jan with the Infinity Edge completed
for a Dragon Soul. So basically in 5 minutes.
Oh,
see.
Found by the Realm Warp. Yes, he has the Seeker's Arm Guard, but it only buys him a little bit of time. The Grand Entrance finds
They're
the
just
knock-up
picking on their ex-teammate. They release him. They send him to Cloud9. He's like a sleeper cell, and now they're appeasing him.
APA has had the egg available. It has not prevented a death.
This is so
Team Liquid
sad.
has been setting up these picks in places.
Yes, there will be a superfan program, Jerry.
The power
so
of that
both
on the
Sen Society, and then we'll do
APA's
some giveaways on
Monsoon's
Twitter, who's our Apex captain, defending world champs, and then John QT's Twitter, and Jonah P's Twitter.
Yeah, Quid and Jose have
Sen
been
Society.
cooking them. Absolutely. Now they're taking away the jungle as well together, while the rest of the team pushes in mid and top side. Meanwhile, Blabber's taking away enemy red, and they were split pushing bottom with Thanatos to try and get a tiny bit of resources
we'll be announcing it.
What might be their final
anyone
fight as
with
Cloud9
a
needs to
valid
play
passport.
For this base defense.
Yeah,
with a valid passport.
APA doesn't respawn
we had that
in time
issue
to
last
save
time.
that
There's a lot of
top
people
lane
wanted them
inhibitor
to
or the
send them a
inhibitor
passport.
behind it. Their mid lane inhibitor will at least respawn here in just about 5 seconds, so it's still just a one-in-hit game for now. But the problem with that, Mr. Kobe, is the Baron still lasts most of its duration right now. 2 minutes still to go. Team Liquid takes their recall, they make their purchases, and I feel like they've got to be looking for the throat.
Yeah, at this point, Team Liquid have been picking Cloud9 apart, but there's one more opportunity Okay.
See,
Dragon
Megatron,
Soul that's
it
about
is
to
rough.
arrive. You got to pray and you got to look for your moment
This
here
is
for
going to
Cloud9.
literally
'Cause if you
between
give over the
Cloud9
Dragon
and
Soul as
League of
well,
Legends and Valorant
Mountain
teams,
Soul
they're
on
always
top
so
of all
close.
the
Their
individual
League of
mountains
Legends
they've
team
already
was
gotten,
traditionally the
it
clutch
seems like that
team.
would
Like
just be
they're
the
the team who would
final
go to an
nail in the
international and
coffin.
play
It's already
great.
difficult with the
So it's kind of
item lead
wild
that
that now
Team
they
Liquid
keep
have,
losing the
but
qualification
they're gonna have
matches.
to choose your moments
This is their
before it
8th
comes,
qualification match in the last
becomes
2.5
inevitable.
years. They have yet to win one.
Well,
in
that
that
inevitability
span.
is creeping
So
ever
this is kind of a
closer.
giant
Team Liquid
time
will go ahead
for,
and take the last tier 2 turret
Does he
from
cap?
the
What does that mean?
Cloud9
You gotta go
side.
back to work.
Knock that one over without much resistance as C9 instead choose to draw their battle lines around their base, around their remaining tier 3 turret. The mid lane inhibitor has also respawned. Morgan applying pressure to the mid lane while everybody else
World Cup
tries
spoiler
to
alert.
get the wave shoved up bottom
For
side.
everyone who
APA
asked
using
me
the
what,
crystallized
if I
glacial
thought
storm
Switzerland
to
or
keep that minion wave at bay
Cut-
as best
Cutter?
he can.
Is that how it's
Remember,
pronounced?
this Anivia does not have his defensive tools available. APA
That
must be very
Switzerland
mindful,
scored early
particularly
in
of
the
Jose
game.
Diodo, who
Since
has
then,
that
nobody
Guardian Angel,
scored.
has the
So who knows?
flash,
Maybe
can make
Cutter
the
will
play
steal it
whenever
late.
he lands one of those sonic waves. C9 has got
I
to
appreciate
be ready
the grind,
for the
Desi
snap
Cat.
engage coming out from TL.
Team Liquid, they've been controlled this whole time. There's only 2 minutes on the clock, Flowers, for the Mountain
So
Soul
when
arrival,
you blow
but
up the
they're
team's
finishing up with the
that
base very
glowing
quickly.
thing
I mean,
there,
the tower's already at
the
50%
inhibitor right
HP.
there, then
Yeah, we
you
might
get
not even get
these
there.
minions that
Tier
are
3
super
turret,
buffed,
already
but they
below
look
half,
like
you say.
Transformers.
Top inhibitor, middle inhibitor, both down. Many super minions marching down the top lane. Somebody on C9 is
The
going to go
vet
answer
bills,
that.
those
Blabber
build
going
up
to do
on
it for now. As the rest of Team Liquid take their chance, they're going to shove forward, go after the tier 3. Core JJ going in. APA is going to be your target. Jose wants to follow it up, but the stasis was there in time. APA staying alive, trying to get himself away, but Thanatos is already down. Jose Diodo taking low, but the
is
Guardian
dying,
Angel
but he
brings
does have a
him
Guardian
back.
Angel, so
Double kill over to Yawn,
so he can
and
bring him
Team
back to life.
Liquid
It is
full send it.
over.
Team
Wow.
Liquid end it. Game number
32
1.
minutes
They
is kind of a
controlled this from
stomp.
the start. Jose Diodo making plays.
Qatar?
Everybody else following it
Okay.
up.
There was a whole thing when World Cup where there was
TL
Cutter,
slams the first
Qatar.
game.
Team Liquid, they are locked in
Team
for game
Liquid,
number 1.
oh no for
looking
Cloud9. So
clean.
last weekend, did Cloud9 get 3-0'd and Liquid
done
won
from Team
3-0
Liquid
also?
in the first
Like, is
game
Liquid on a
here
run
in
and
Tempe,
Cloud9 is
Arizona, here
got
in
a
the
problem.
Mullet Arena. And to hear more about
This
it,
is
let's throw it back
rough.
to the lounge.
This is rough for Cloud9.
Thank you. Yeah,
All right,
we're
sometime in
gonna
the next
get
5
right
minutes,
into
Alex is
it,
going to appear in my
a minute
doorway, and I
because
will
it
give
kind of
away
changed
some jerseys.
For me, all around
guys.
this second Drake fight.
Insane.
Yeah.
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 It's
Like
not looking
this
good for
is
C9.
actually where the game
The
was
funny thing about this
decided for
Drake
me,
is
because
Cloud9
until
gets
this
the
point,
Drake,
you know,
but
they
then
had
they
a
needed
nice
to
little
get
bot
out
lead going
faster,
into
and
this.
they
We're
didn't.
gonna play it through. This
and then
is their Drake.
Team Liquid
this is
just cleaned
TL's
up the
Drake
people with low
contest.
health.
And as soon as they see the angle onto Quid, they take it, right? But then Blabber gets charmed up here. So the end result of this is actually that both Blabber and Quid are limping away with not a lot of health here. Jose kind of looks like a crazy person, kind of trying to soft contest this. Another big thing that happens down here is that this is where the Zaya and Rakan really start doing well, because previously they had been losing in that lane. And this fight is also going to put them ahead as playthrough.
Uh-oh. Some tech issues.
Might have to double click.
Does seem APA still playing for TL. He's like a secret agent. They sent him to Cloud9 to make sure that Team Liquid won.
No.
You can come on over.
Oh, now I'm sad. But basically, what is going to happen is that Quid is going to go up here, push in this wave. Jose is actually going to soft contest this. I'm going to see if I can. I don't know why
You're
this
fighting the
messes
keyboard.
up for me.
League of Legends
She's
client
actually tunneled in, yeah.
will not be helping us.
All right.
What is happening?
Basically,
Uh-oh,
this
the
team
on-the-road
fight
tech.
ends up going
On the
really
road
well
tech
for
issues.
Jose and Quid. Jose gets a triple kill off of this because they do the soft contest, and they're able to, Quid pushes out mid, he's able to rejoin, they realm warp to kill Sven at the very end of it. Jose gets triple kill. I don't know why I'm being trolled by technology, but it's
Well,
fine.
thank you, Emily, for our
Yeah.
Samsung Vision breakdown.
And I think, like, with that breakdown, like, at least for me, when I look at that fight, C9 was in a pretty good game state. Sure, this part happened earlier, and you do not want to give Jose Diodo Lee Sin for obvious reasons, but they had, like, 2 Drakes, they had a really good setup, And then within that play, that Drake fight that you mentioned, it was actually completely done, and they were going back into lane, and then that's where he completely popped off right here.
See, their mistake right there is...
For the rest of the series.
That's true.
So maybe you do want to give him Lee Sin in game 1 because then he can never play it again because he completely runs the server every time he plays Lee Sin.
Yeah, but I mean, if we're
Lee
saying
Sin
that when
is
you
just
give it to him, he just gets a win, there's no good time to give it to him. Like, clearly Cloud9's read was, we're getting Nocturne, so it's okay if you take Lee Sin because it's supposed to be more powerful, but it almost felt to me like they forgot about the possibility of having tanky carries for, or hard to dive carries for TL.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they went Ryze Xayah, it's like, oh, who do we dive? Both these champions are kind of undivable.
Yeah.
So now you have this homeless Nocturne who's not being paired with any other divers.
Homeless
because
Nocturne.
you first picked it, and then they have carries you can't dive.
So
now we
basically
have
saying
Sion
Ryze
Seraphine
and
Nvidia,
Xayah are
and
both
it's
super
like, who's
mobile,
going in the back line?
and the
Nocturne has
Nocturne's
no
big
job.
advantage is his ability to dive on top of you and teleport into you. But if you have the ability to quickly move out of the way, it's not as helpful.
And Quid's Ryze, 2 champions they've been insanely successful on, is that you're having this bot lane who you're picking for comp, and they were getting owned in the Ashe Seraphine lane, right? That fight got them back into it.
Absolutely did. And remember, if you are on site, Cloud9 and FlyQuest are both hosting some events after the games today. So head on over to the C9 and FlyQuest social channels to learn more. And as we head to the break, let's take a look
They
at
are
our
hosting something after the game. That's be rough for Cloud9 hosting something after the game.
Come to me.
All right, at some point here soon.
It's okay, it's okay.
After the AT&T replay.
Maybe. If this
I
anime
have a
crosses like
sense
we
that
want
Alex
I'm
is
holding
gonna
like
show
this.
up. I'll DM Alex.
This looks on the flash, right? Keep it, knock. Actually moving up now, okay? Yeah, it's okay, we got it. Nope. Seraphine, blower flash. Good, base after, okay? Oh, nice! Woo! Ah! That was good.
Oh, I know exactly what code we're going to use for the giveaway. Red Bull gives me wings. All right, Alex is here. All right, do I need to tell you the code first before I tell them?
Red Bull gives
All
you
right,
wings.
I'm going to send it to you right now.
Looks like we've got a new addition on the Rift here today. Emily, is the Telluride just the obvious pick?
Well, Flowers, we're looking at a turbo hybrid powertrain. That's already a problem for the rest of the Rift.
And a 30-inch panoramic display too. That is
Poke
unfair
Danube.
control.
I have a better one for the first giveaway, but I appreciate the optimism.
Completely OP. No debate.
Just like the fact that I'm saying the name.
Now,
Charlie always
Kia
laughs.
Telluride Turbo Hybrid. Pick it before your opponents do.
All right. As soon as Alex gives me the green light, we will now do the promo code. For those of you on Twitch, you might want to...
Get fed.
All right.
Scan the QR code for deals only on Uber Eats.
Yes. All right. So if you're on YouTube, if you're on the League of Legends YouTube, you should hop over to the Sentinels YouTube because that's where the giveaway will be on YouTube. So for you hardy souls on the SEN YouTube, you should jump over and just join up with the League, the full SEN YouTube. Just be part of the family over here in the Sentinels YouTube if you're in the League of Legends. All right, so for the first giveaway, it's exclamation point. Good. So all lowercase. Okay. So it's exclamation point, and then the letters, the words I'm going to say, you type them in all lowercase. All right? And it shouldn't be that much of a shock. Okay, so are you all ready for this? All right. Exclamation point, all lowercase letters. Exclamation point, XLG win. XLG win. Errol put it in the chat to help. XLG win. That. So type that in the chat, and then in like a minute, Alex will go. How long should we do it, Alex? A minute?
We can give him however long you want. Just say when, and I'll go over.
All right. Oh, you know what? We'll run it until the clock ends here. You got a minute and 11 until the dead screen, and then we'll pick the winners. So put exclamation point XLG win in the chat, and Alex is going to pick some winners. So we'll give away one in each. One in the Twitch chat, one in the YouTube chat. And if you're watching in the League of Legends chat, jump into the YouTube chat in this main Sentinels YouTube chat. Navi Raw 23. My expectations, I think they're rational. Like, I think everything would have to go great for us to go on a run and go to champs. Certainly now that we've got continuity with the roster, hopefully now they're grinding right now. So the dream is they go on a run like NRG did last year, who had a bunch of kids. It was great to get all those extra reps in the EWC qualifier. So that was nice to get an extra, what was that, like 7 matches we played? All right. Alex is walking out of the office to go.
I'm here at the LCS Spring Finals, and we got
Alex
Kia
is
here
watching
with us,
out of the
and here's
office.
Some trivia to give away some free in-game codes.
Look,
so
this
let's
is
take a look
funny. They're
inside.
doing a giveaway right now too.
Wait a minute. Is this the Kia All-Pro first team? Let's go, guys. I didn't know you were in here. You ready to play some Kia trivia?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it. Okay, who's got the first question?
I'm looking at it right now.
You're looking at it right now? All right, we got Vulcan taking a look at it. What's the first question?
All right, so we got, which of these events contributed to the fall of Shurima? First choice.
Okay, Alex, you got to rerun that.
The Rune Wars.
Okay.
I might butcher that word. Maybe you'll need to repeat it.
Jerry is not not for this one. I'm just gonna. Jerry, did you type it in? Oh, if you did type it in, I guess you got to win. I guess you can win.
Or Targon War.
Ooh. All right, what do we think, guys?
Seems rigged. All right, Alex, give a second one away on Twitch. I'll send one to Jerry, but we'll also should do one on
I think
Twitch.
we can already remove Demacia and Targon. I think this is
All right, so on in YouTube,
okay,
Team Mitch won the giveaway.
I'm not for the Void.
So,
on Twitter,
what
Jerry
was
won the
question again,
first
what answer
giveaway.
you
Do
gonna
a
go for?
second one.
Which of these events contributed?
Yeah,
to
it
the
seems a
fall
little
of
rigged
Shurima?
when Jerry wins the
We're going
Twitch
for,
giveaway.
Void Breach.
All right, we're gonna lock in Void Breach.
T Mitch, type your Discord
I don't know,
name
it was
in the
correct.
chat.
It was
Oh,
correct.
T Mitch, there you go.
Nice.
Type your Discord name into the
Beautiful.
YouTube
You
chat
guys are
so
really
we can
smart.
find you and
Is this how
message
you
you
got
so you
first
can
team
set the
on,
ticket.
Jose?
We can
Maybe.
send you
Maybe.
the merch.
All right, all right.
All right,
From the
Game
Void.
Master
Okay, what's the next one?
AT.
Well, this one.
You won
is gonna be a
the
bit
secondary
easier, but which
giveaway
player was part of Cloud9
to make
Kia's
up for
original
the
2013
Jerry
roster?
the Jerry rigged round. It was just like a trial one. Make sure all the
Yeah,
text
we have-
working.
we have options.
Jose's ready to go. He's got the
That
balls.
way Jerry can keep track of if
we
I'm
have
actually
Jensen,
fulfilling the prizes.
High, Blabber,
All right.
or Fudge.
Team Mitch is
That's
T
what
dash
it is.
at T dash Mitch. He put it. Perfect. All right. So Team Mitch did respond.
Okay, we're thinking
wait.
Jensen or High.
Game Master, type your Discord name into the Twitch chat. Oh yeah, Game Master AT, just type your Discord name into the Twitch chat, and then we'll contact you.
Yeah, two. Well, no, it's 2013.
2013, yeah.
It's
All right, Vulcan, what does that mean
right.
for the C9 synergy now? He didn't.
I
he
think we're
got
just
the
going to
C9.
need to cut this part out.
Oh, cut this
Don't show
part?
this to any C9 fans.
All right, we'll
There's
take a look.
probably only
Maybe
two
we
games.
cut this one out.
This feels like
All right, what's
a
the next
sweep.
question?
What do you think, chat? It feels like a sweep.
All right, which Kia vehicle is the SUV
TL and they
with
Cloud9 kind of started good and then just got run
estimated
over.
Combined millage
So
of
it's going to be
31
rough.
miles per
Game Master
hour.
AT is your Discord name.
That's a good
Perfect.
question.
All right,
Okay,
so
what are the
Jerry, do
options?
you have all of
The
them?
Telluride.
Oh wait, T
HEV,
Mitch, did you respond?
The Niro or Nero.
T Mitch on YouTube. I don't think you responded.
K4 or the K5.
Ooh, that's interesting. What do we think, guys?
It's the Telluride. I'm like.
Well,
T
90%
Mitch
sure.
on YouTube.
Yeah, how many rows of seats
Oh,
are there
there
in
you go.
this
T
car,
Mitch
Jose?
13. All right, Jerry, did
Yeah.
you see that?
6.
No, I got it.
All
I
right,
see three.
so
Three
we will
rows,
reach
right?
out to you. We will get you set up.
Yeah,
we'll get a
that
ticket
would
created
be
on the
kind of
Sentinels
neat
community
if they went
Discord.
that far, but I think you only need the 3.
And then
All right, so you're locking
yesterday I
in the
cleaned up
All right, let's see it.
95% of the
Correct
giveaways.
again.
Hey,
There were
is
a
that
couple
100?
where
No, that's
people
not
didn't
100%.
leave their
There's
email address.
Well,
Make sure when you fill it out, you
Oh,
leave
we
your
didn't lock
email
it in?
address.
No, I mean, I'm not going to.
Beautiful. All right, what's the next question?
So Game Master AT and
What
T Mitch
does Baron
13.
Buff
You need to
primarily
join the
enhance
Sentinels
for
community Discord, and then from there
This is for
we
new
can
players. Champion
set up
stats only.
to get your information and
Minion
to
strength.
send you your merch.
Vision or gold?
Okay, before we answer, just so everyone's clear, if you got this wrong, Vulcan just called you a noob. Yeah.
So Saint.
Say, what do you think?
Wow, that game has still had no scoring. The only goal was a penalty kick at like the 20th minute or 15th,
lock
like
in
early
Vision?
in the game. The Red Ninja
What
X.
is the
Welcome to the
main
stream.
Baron buff?
We are here to
For
see if
pushing.
Cloud9 can break a streak.
Minion strings locking in. Survey
Cloud9's
says.
League of Legends team, which used to be the
Nice.
GOATs,
Okay.
they were the ones who
Last question.
always clutched
Last
it up.
question. Let's get it.
Somehow they're trying. They've lost 7 straight qualification matches for global events. Today would be the 8th, and they lost game 1, and they did not look good doing it.
Of course.
Or gold.
Ooh, what do you think, Jose?
Talks one. All right, I will. Once this match is over today, I will try and do the tickets today. I got to keep the momentum going from yesterday, where I got all my tickets cleared out.
Because it does not give stats, right? You don't get stats when you get Baron.
You get the adaptive force, no?
I mean, you probably don't know because you're
There you go. In the chat, the Twitch chat, there's the link to the Discord. Discord.gg/Sentinels.
What does Baron
Nader77776, you missed the first giveaway. There will be a giveaway after each
Is that
game.
a semantic thing? Is the champion getting the gold, or are you the
So
player
make sure
getting
you
the
come
gold?
back.
I mean, I wish I was getting the gold, but I didn't get any gold.
Could you imagine?
Game Master AT, if you click the link
So
in the
maybe
chat,
it's
you see right there, just barely above
champion is only
your
empowered.
post.
So we're thinking
there's
the
a
empowered
Nightbot
recall
post that
and
says
the
discord.gg/Sentinels.
Like, if you're asking about what the champions get.
All right, Berserker, what do you think? Lock it in?
Empowered recall, I guess, yeah.
Empowered recall. All right.
Yeah, I think so.
First team All-Pro AD carry says empowered recall. Survey says?
We have to flip it. Correct.
Correct.
Huge.
Got by with the semantic argument. I
wanna
like
see the
that.
final
That's
score
thinking
right
with
here?
your head.
I'm
That's
flipping
final
it.
score. Final score right there. Thank you for playing. We got 5 out of 5. 5 out of
They
5.
got
Well
5 out of
done,
5.
everybody.
That's a
For the
shocker.
key trivia. Round of applause for everybody. First team All-Pro. Round of applause for you guys, too. Congratulations, First team All-Pro. And MVP Vulcan, baby.
Sparks 20, they said they got the order to
end
destroy the hoodie.
Everyone give peace sign.
All right. Do you have a ticket on the Discord? I'm going to send you something lighter then. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Mullet Arena in Tempe, Arizona for the LCS Spring Split Finals weekend. The finals themselves,
There
that'll
we
be
go.
tomorrow.
Game
Today,
2.
we have to find who will get to challenge Lion there on that battlefield to
During
be
the
your
draft, I'm
LCS
gonna
Spring
run to the
Split
kitchen and
champions.
grab
And in game
a
number
Red Bull
1, it was
and
Team
get myself,
Liquid led by the
warm-up
flashy Lee Sin plays from Jose Diodo, who went up 1-0.
Yep, Team Liquid, they were looking locked in this one.
This is kind of a
Quid and
do-or-die
Ion
game
in
here
form
for
as
Cloud9,
well.
considering
Lock and
what's happened
Vane
in the
also in
last
form on stage.
Hell
and then first
yeah.
game.
But now, you gotta lock in if you're C9. They had their composition, they had their
have to
team fight
lock
approach
in
that they wanted to go for,
C9.
but they
You
were
gotta
never
lock
able
in,
to put it together. It was Jose Diodo on the Lee Sin, even when C9 had their point of strength where they were
There he
hooked
is,
up in
secret
their death
agent,
ball. They forced
APA.
Team Liquid back at that Drake fight.
APA
It
is
was
known
Jose
as the
finding
player
opportunity
in
to
League of
punish
Legends who
C9, just getting a
trolls his
little bit too
opponents the
comfortable, a
most.
little
He's
bit too
always in
lazy
the all
with their
chat
exit,
typing at his
and then
opponent.
making the huge play that kind
Send
of
game
started
after this. I'm
snowballing the
afraid
game.
not,
All
SBM.
right, let's see if they can do it again.
So
here.
Sentinels
Team
League of
Liquid's gonna
Legends
keep
will
up
next
the
play
momentum,
at
but
EWC.
Cloud9 want
I think it's
to
July
strike back quickly. They don't want to
15th.
let it get too far away from them.
That's the
too
next time
early.
Sen
And
League of
so
Legends
they
will
are
play.
continuing to focus on bottom lane here. In addition to the Karma, also banning the
Astral
Lucian here
Gaza.
for that Lucian Melio pairing.
And for the second
Thank
game in
you
a
for the
row,
good
they are going to
wishes.
ban a
Welcome
Kali
to the
in the
stream.
first half of the draft to make sure
Gordon
that TL
Pong,
don't take it
you're
early.
too
Worth
late,
noting,
or you're
C9
too
have
early, one of the
elected
two.
first pick.
We'll
Here's
be
if
doing
they're the
another
loser in
giveaway at
game
the end
number
of this
one.
game. So
Team
at the end of
Liquid
game
then
2,
selecting blue side.
we will do
Ori and
another
Cassio will
jersey
remain
giveaway.
banned, just like they were
So-
in game number 1, as will Varus.
Everybody
Okay, so
hang
continuing
out after
to
the
they're
stream.
probably double ban APA the entire
after the
series, which makes me think
So,
that APA
we
is going to
did
look to pick
get
up the Annie pretty soon. They have an early
10, so let's
Jarvan
do one
pickup
after
here,
each
so
game.
Cloud9
We
are
had some, we had
they're kind
a
of assuming
giveaways
that
I
Team
didn't
Liquid
do
will get some
after
low
the
mobility
FlyQuest
carries.
match because I was too
First
tilted.
picking the Jarvan, I mean, usually you want to pick
That
it
was rough
into
because the team
carries
had been
that are not
looking
gonna have
really good. In that
dashes
game, they
and
couldn't have played
mobile.
worse. That was rough.
But they're first picking
All right,
it,
while
so
they do the
that
draft,
they can hopefully
I'm gonna
get
go
like
run to the
a
kitchen.
Jarvan Rumble combination going for themselves. And if they see the Caitlyn and Bard here, maybe they do throw down the Rumble early on here to complement Blabber's Jarvan.
And remember, Bard was banned in the first set of bans in game number 1, so now him going through into the second game, we'll see how much they can get done with Core's Bard. Over on the other side, not only is this Jarvan take a good starter for pretty much any composition here for C9, but remember, it was also what they chose to ban away from Jose in the second half of that draft instead of the Lee. So Lee's gone for the rest of the series now because of Fearless, and they'll also be able to deny the Jarvan with this pick of their own. So C9, if nothing else, they're playing for the long con here with the fearless jungling, as they will lock in the Nautilus. When you have some immobile enemy carries, Caitlyn's got her net. But if you drop a depth charge on her, you can catch her even from that range. So we'll see how effective Vulcan can be on the playmaker.
Yeah, they have some good dive already and things to hold people in place for Ziggs. They double Baron APA with the Orianna Cassia. I mean, those are very common high priority mid lane bans, but he's gonna get access to the Ziggs this time around, and that's the reason for the early Jarvan and Nautilus. Hold people in place for the big bomb.
That thing hurts if it hits in the sweet spot, and conveniently, the sweet spot is just about as big as the inside of the Cataclysm from Jarvan. So as long as they line that up, they'll be feeling great. But it is the Trundle locked in here for Team Liquid. This champion is exceptional at dueling other AD junglers who have part of their power budget committed to target access. Something like a Vi, something like a Xin, something like, I don't know, Jarvan. Because Trundle can just walk up and beat you in the 1v1. And he also makes it so scary for the tanks on the enemy team because they're not so tanky once they're subjugated.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I was looking at Nautilus probably going to die a lot this game.
He dies a lot in every game, usually.
He always does die a lot. And if you go in on Nautilus, and you hit something, you're proccing your Aftershock, and then Trundle will just take that extra stats with his ultimate, and then Nautilus is just instantly paper, and especially coming from support role, oftentimes will just get blown up. The other thing that's good about Trundle is with your W, you can dodge Jarvan EQs pretty easily. So move speed is always very, very good in jungle duels versus Jarvan. So you can try and avoid his big combo, because if you miss your EQ, and Trundle is definitely going to win the stat check after that.
Interesting. Team Liquid banning the Annie still, saying you might flex that Ziggs to the bottom lane. So we still don't want APA playing the Annie. The LeBlanc banned out by C9 is one of those old school, like it's a solo queue type of counter to Ziggs that can make his life really miserable. It's just a lot of people aren't willing to slam the LeBlanc, but C9's read seems to be Quid is one of those people, and we don't want him taking it.
Yeah, I believe Palafox taught him that lesson a while ago.
It's a hard lesson to learn.
Hit him with the LeBlanc.
The Senna banned out here. Final ban for Team Liquid in this when they don't want that infinite scaling. Senna, those of y'all who have not been paying attention, is very strong in her current iteration of the game. So they keep their distance from that one.
Yeah, a lot of people have been going like the Doran's Helm and defensive opening and scaling up, trying to scale up, collect your souls, and we'll see about this game now. Ooh, interesting. Quid thinking about the Azir angle for himself, and it does give you the multiple possibilities here. Since Trundle is not a primary engager himself, yeah, you can go for Azir Sex, but you can also use it to just help peel for Caitlyn. Okay, that's more like it.
That's more of a Quid pick.
That's a lot more Quid here. We get the Yone, a classic for Quid. These melee champions so good at carrying on them. And if you do have a Bard on your team to be able to get Bard ults and set you up, then you can hit some large Yone ultimates.
Very scary stuff, and we know Quid has played this champion plenty of times in the past. Some mid laners want to keep their distance from it, but Quid is at home, at comfort, here with these powerful melee carry mid laners. Over on the other side of the C9 Cup, there's the Rumble that you were talking about all the way back when we first saw the Jarvan, the spicy hot pot combo that is very often picked together, will be picked together here again in this one. And since you're having Jarvan and Nautilus both go in, Ziggs is firing from a mile away. Rumble's got Equalizer from distance. They want their AD carry to also participate from a distance. Deadly Flourish, Curtain Call. They'll lock the Jhin for Sven, but the final pick of the draft for Team Liquid is Ornn for Morgan.
Yeah, some good engage here to put more pressure onto the Ziggs and Jhin, especially. Picking up the Ornn, it's always a fairly common tank pick to kind of answer Rumble, but really it gives you the Ornn ultimate for your team and that scaling possibility too with the ornaments for Team Liquid.
All right, I made it back.
It's also
the
very effective against Jhin in particular. When he opens up the curtain call, you see the lines where he can fire the bullets. Just shoot the Ornn horn at him. He gets thrown up into the air. He can't aim the gun anymore. All of a sudden, that long range.
Qatar tied it up. That's crazy.
Bard also really good for that reason too against Jhin. So definitely a lot of ways for them to.
How much time was left when Qatar tied it up? Because I looked when it was late.
Okay, so let's talk C9 game plan here first, because they're the team that's behind. They're the ones who don't want to have to be put in a spot where reverse sweep is your only answer. What kind of plays do you want to see from them early to tie this one up?
I think Blabber has a lot of opportunities here with Jarvan. You can put pressure on Quid maybe, open up some room for APA to take over with Ziggs, the classic for him.
And how about on the Team Liquid side? Is it just the Jose Dioto game again? Because Trundle's got a lot less playmaking tools than
I only saw like the
I'll be
first
looking
15
bottom
minutes
lane
of the
for
game.
Jose. You know, if you have a Caitlyn
PK.
Bard, then oftentimes teams will try and gank for that lane, gank for the Nautilus to crack your Caitlyn Bard, and they're actually going to gank mid lane first here in the opener.
Jose Dioto going to walk straight back towards the turret as Quid exits all the way through the side. He knows that there's nothing meaningful Jarvan can do to him at level 1. You just can throw a flag, get an auto attack. That's about it. So it's safe to walk towards him, maybe not safe to walk the other direction, and surely enough, it
wasn't
wasn't.
this Qatar's
So
first
what could have
ever
been a spicy level 1 just kind of fades away.
So we're expecting some pretty big choices here from Blabber early on. As we mentioned, Quid Yone is also always very scary, but you do usually want to put a stop to Caitlyn Bard lanes before they really start to accrue a lot of turret plate money. And you want to try and lend some extra threat to Nautilus engages. Like if Nautilus keeps on hooking in and looks for trades and gets people low, you need to also have some jungle threat, some jungle pressure there to really make sure that they respect it. And so Vulcan and Core JJ with their own wards and their own brush trying to hold their ground here, but not super excessive trading super early on this time around. There is a ward on the Raptors that will see Jose pathing away from the bottom lane. And that is going to tell Vulcan and Blabber that maybe there will be some opportunities for Nautilus hook-ins and Jarvan.
Wait, they let Team Liquid get Caitlyn Bard. That is the
Caitlyn Bard lane early on.
Bot lane.
Yeah, the Jhin Nautilus doesn't quite have that same level of early game threat that the Ashe and the Seraphine had that forced Core JJ all the way back to base in game number 1. But now APA in a little bit of danger here. Luckily dodges away from the Q3 knock-up there on Quid's Yone. Quid gets the last little bit of the trade. APA staying calm, saving the flash, using the satchel to get away to safety.
Yeah, and the reason why he's so calm there is they did have the ward on Raptors I mentioned. It sees the Trundle, it sees Jose walk over there. So APA very well knows this could be a very likely possibility that he's going to come from this angle. And so he kind of just sits it there. No summer spells, as you say, doesn't panic. And here we go. He does clean up the rest of the CS. And it'll mean that it's only a very slight delay, but it is a delay between taking the bottom camps, respawning for Jose, and the top camps.
Okay, APA asks if Jose is a fanboy. Jose responds a bit.
Yeah.
And then Jan says he doesn't speak English. Grandpa Jose. All right, a little bit of, this is more the all chat banter.
Yeah, now we're getting a little into
that I was
it.
expecting from game number 1.
Very comfortable.
Muted.
Again, yeah, APA saw him with that Raptor ward, so he was also trying to use his time a little bit.
Thank you,
and then provoke him with the chat as
290.
well.
Yeah, we'll see how much of a distraction that ends up being throughout the game. Jose Dioto clearing out his top side.
I was saying, did
right
Qatar
Qatar
tied it up with
reminder
4
of game
minutes
number
into
1 where
added time?
Jose was a
Is
very
that the first time
successful
Qatar's
fan
got
of
a
APA
draw
in the mid
even?
lane
Oh, he was
with
the
Lee
biggest
Sin. He was
All right, Jerry.
maybe too successful of a fan.
Yeah, he crashed the fan meet there for APA.
Oh,
in
you know
the
what I
mid
can
lane.
do?
He had a target on that
Let me
Anivia's
pause. Let me
back
grab my
all
piece.
game
Let me grab my
long,
laptop.
and he just consistently hit the mark over and over. Not sure exactly what the pause is for right now. League officials are investigating. I will let y'all know as soon as we get an update as to what is going on, but I hope it is a fast one because, man, I really want to see where these junglers get involved, especially like what you were saying, Blabber having the opportunities to make these ganks on the Jarvan, one of the most effective early gankers in the jungle in League of Legends. I got to see where he goes because game number 1, his Nocturne, you had a couple of plays. You think of the reversal in the top side in the 2v2 where he comes in and saves Thanatos. They get the outplay there, but it definitely didn't have the same presence. It didn't have the same effect that you got to see from Jose's lead.
And in this game, at the current pause,
Can we watch Party of the World
we have had the
Cup with
earlier
a full
recall
face
for
cam?
Blabber, so he's back
Wasn't
out on the
Tarek
map
talking
already.
about that
You get a little
on his
time to
stream
work
today?
with between your first clear and the respawn for the second clear. So we'll see where what he does with it. But
I don't know how big the demand would be.
We do have, I believe it was Jan had his settings were reset in the game somehow, and so now he has to
3 o'clock is Brazil. Let's
his
go.
Own personal settings.
They were just looking for Cortez.
Yeah,
now we know.
Annoying, just playing on default, definitely don't.
Cortez is probably hiding out,
looking
for
the.
I believe producer said it was his mouse settings, and especially as an AD carry, if you're trying to kite throughout a fight, make sure that you're properly spacing your opponents and your mouse is flying around all over the screen at the wrong speed, not what you're used to playing all the time. That's a pretty serious problem. For somebody, if you're just kind of playing a meatball run at him champ, it's not that big of a deal. But
we're gonna set records
hey, man,
here
I'm
today,
saying this
Jerry.
is somebody who always played meatball run at him champ. Like I don't need to have this.
So
thing
you can play on default. You're saying?
Yeah. If mine was on default, I'd be like, wow, that's weird. Anyway, click the
in a game that's going to qualify you for MSI.
Yeah, I mean, okay, well, I've never played in one of those. Maybe if I was playing in one of those, yeah.
Maybe I want a couple changes.
Maybe I would want to adjust the sliders somewhat. All right, we're back in the game.
Oh, I didn't get the
Settings
order created before the tech pause.
Vulcan making a pass through.
But I've got the screen ready.
Eric, can Flowers speak Spanish?
I answer for you. You can. She's been on that Duolingo for years now.
Yeah, there we go. We're working on it. I'm not fluent, but I can.
Game Master, let me go and look.
So this is pretty funny
right
because
now,
both of our mid laners
we're all here
have
together.
just different ways of expressing themselves in games. Usually APA is on the keyboard typing, but Quid has his own thing where he does a lot of IRL emotes, which is equally as enjoyable for a lot of people. Or in chat, you can let us know which one's more enjoyable because Quid's always doing dances and emotes IRL versus the APA all chat, getting in there and getting some interesting conversations going, Flowers.
All righty. I hope we get a little bit more of them here. In terms of the results of our fan poll for who had the better draft, it looks like about 2/3 of our fans say that C9 came out on top in this one. So we'll get to see if they're right here. Because, win or lose, you can always just blame it on draft.
I mean, I love it because people also will always blame, why did you give X player their best champion? And you can say that for APA Ziggs. People do that all the time. Why did you give him Ziggs? That's going to be a free win. Or why did you give Quid Yone? So we have both in this game. And either way, you're going to be able to say afterwards, what in the heck? Quid got Yone, APA got Ziggs.
Other guy doing?
And currently, APA Ziggs is ahead with his gold.
Jerry, there was one person who responded to the fact that I hadn't sent them the note, and they said to you,
they're going to be able to transfer this.
You were apologizing for how long it was taking me. They're like, no worries, it's a free jersey. That person got a free signed jersey. That's what I'm looking for. Someone gives you a gift, you appreciate the gift. You don't complain about the gift.
No contest from TL, who would then follow up taking the grubs later. So we'll keep an eye on Jose, see if that's the play he wants to go for here in a couple of minutes. But a nice early Drake for C9.
I literally had John QT sign a jersey for him to reward him for his
Quid making a rotation
patience.
Up towards the top side, though. They might be looking for a potential play onto
Jerry, some people don't have that same spirit.
Fires off the Electro Harpoons, keeps Jose Dioto away from the last hit on the ward.
You're not going to make a play on Thanatos. He's going to make the play on you.
Just turns it right back around.
We're trying to gank the top laner. Oh, now you're going to lose your crab, buddy.
Yep, Thanatos is chasing Jose all the way out. Blabber's coming up behind him. There's the equalizer into the back.
Wait a second. Cloud9 has showed up.
Cooked. First blood over to C9.
You don't gank Thanatos. He ganks you.
Cloud9 showed up.
Man.
Okay.
Thanatos saw him in this
Maybe we'll have a
rush,
game.
Walked him down all the way to kill him at mid-lane.
That was big right there.
Get the hell out of my lane. You got to think twice before you gank him again now, Flowers.
Yeah, even Jose says, ouch. That's not a good experience there. The Trundle gets punished.
Yeah, really good from Thanatos to recognize he can just walk him down too. And now you got the flash off of Trundle. So we mentioned, oh yeah, it's really good for Trundle to be able to use move speed and like dodge a Jarvan EQ. Guess what? Blabber's the level up on you has Cataclysm as well, and you don't have flash. So he could trap you, Jarvan. And by the way, Jarvan doesn't have to stay in the Cataclysm. He can trap the Trundle and then EQ out of it and leave you there burning to the assuming the Rumble is there. So there's definitely some options for them to play with. Cloud9 with a fairly healthy 1,000 gold lead in Dragon.
Yeah, C9 feeling good about things here. So far early, 45 seconds until those Void Grubs spawn. There are still the wards in the top river area from C9 that will be fading right around that time, though, as Thanatos maintains absolute control over the top lane, crashing the wave into the turret. It's the general pattern of play the tank into Rumble.
Blake
Early on, you
X
kind of
Max
just
Z,
have
that
to
was
take
pretty
the losing
wild,
trades,
right?
play
The
carefully,
top
until you
laner
get
just
Kanik Rooker, and
followed
then
the
you just don't
jungler
care
all the way to mid.
Yeah, and it's kind
That
of
was
a
pretty well
similar,
coordinated. I gotta give him,
quiet story
give him
for
credit
mid lane
there.
where
Between
APA
the
Ziggs, like the Ziggs is always going to
dropping the
have this
Rumble ult
extra possibility
and the Ziggs ult
of
on
plays
at the
around
same
mid
time.
lane, and we just saw it with the jungle being pushed towards mid. Guess what? APA Ziggs' ultimate damage was very meaningful in getting that kill, and he can do it from a very long range. Meanwhile, the Yone does have to really focus on the wave a lot, and we've got some support roam timers here to work with, but yeah, the Ziggs gets to push waves very quickly. You get to push a little first, you get a little bit of extra time, and you have a lot of range. Now, though, he has teleport, so Ziggs can teleport back if they want to contest this Grubs. They do want to contest the Grubs.
Ooh, Blabber wins the smite on the first Grub. Now Jose's got to try to get away with the
Jose
Cataclysm.
getting
Already coming
bullied
down.
here.
There's the equalizer. Blabber flashes
Oh.
back out. Jose Diodo kept safe there at least for a little while thanks to the Tempered Fate. And now it's Falcon in the middle of everybody.
support. Oh, no. We gave Cloud9 too much credit to
Team Liquid with the major play from the mid lane.
They wanted to continue to punish the Trundle with
Oh,
no flash, just like we were looking
We were
for
too
with the
nice to
Cataclysm flowers.
Cloud9, and then
but
they just
Blabber
throw
does
it all
use the
away.
EQ to get the distance.
They were so
then
close
goes
there.
for Cataclysm, has to flash out. In the
So
end, we're going to look at bottom lane instead.
support for
Already on, trying to evade
Team
the curtain call
Liquid.
here.
Wow.
Sven,
The
he misses the fourth
Bard
one.
has
And the flash from Yon to escape
an
the dredge
ability
line
where
means
it
he lives to see
freezes you
another
and
day.
immunes you.
But yeah,
he can use
the
it on
fight
a
on
tower.
top
He
side,
can
they
use it
really
on
wanna
a dragon.
punish,
He used it on his
Jose with no
teammate.
flash.
So
Thankfully for
even
Jose,
though
JJ is also there with the roam timer. And
Jose
the Bard
had almost no
ultimate
health,
buys him so much time.
he was immune,
as
and
well
then they
as
didn't
the
kill him.
magical journey, which he was able to use afterwards to survive.
8 or
and
7,
get out of
7,
there.
6. So
here's
we
another look at
polled
it. Yeah, they
people in
think they've
Sen
got it
Society
cooked, right?
for what jersey
Okay,
to bring
he's burning
back, and
down
I
in
will
the
say
Cataclysm. Core JJ, though, buys him
what
the time and nullifies so
people
much of that
really
damage.
wanted
So
was
Ziggs,
the piece of the history. See,
you
look
know,
at that.
ultimate as well.
He's
being used in that.
he's
Quinn
almost
actually
dead.
caught the Ziggs too.
And then
Ziggs was
Core
trying to
saves
use
him.
the jump to get away
People just
there,
really
as
wanted
well
the
as
Madrid
burst down
jersey
Jose.
since that was
And
where
Quid
they
comes
had the
in.
most
He's going to
best
be the
memories.
beneficiary.
So we
Gets a
went
bunch
with
of
the
gold
Madrid
here
jersey.
onto the Yone, and we were warning.
But I think that's probably something we'll do in the future as well, is bringing back jerseys. Maybe we'll do like one a year or something.
That's the look on the face of a man who just made a 3-man Yone ult. You can see the coaches behind the scenes for
There you
TL
go.
feeling the
Got a
same
nice
way.
crowd
What a
there.
massive turnaround.
Yeah, go look up Quid Yone LCS highlight, and it's actually one of our most famous plays that we have from him.
It
So
seemed
this
like in
champion
London
and
the
Quid,
crowds weren't
very
that big
dangerous
until today, and then the
combination.
Chinese
We'll
fans
see
just
if
showed
Team
up.
Liquid can use that to their success later on.
Am I wrong
in
that
the game,
the Chinese
but him
fans were out
getting
in
at
force
least
today? They
one
were
of the
loud.
last hits
They were really
there,
bringing it.
as well as picking up a couple of the assists, and big play for
Yeah,
him.
I said we
to
love Bard Caitlyn.
wrap up 3.
Nice.
That's the Sen
I mean,
go-to
It
bot
was a
lane.
good denial from Core JJ. Like, Core JJ had his back. If it wasn't for Core JJ's
get
Bard
Bard
ultimate,
Caitlyn,
then yeah, the Ziggs ult
that was the
definitely
recipe
would have
for a Sentinels win.
roasted up Jose too. But that's the planning. You know, you trusted your teammates, and they knew that they had Core JJ there on a timer as well. So good use of the Bard denial by Team Liquid. Cloud9 right back to objectives, though.
Cloud9
right
is
back
exactly
to
like Game
business
1,
as usual
where
for them.
Cloud9 got
They
the
will take
first
that
2
second Drake.
Drakes.
Again,
and
no
then-
real contest coming from Team Liquid. Sven took a chunk, but that doesn't really matter a whole lot. We'll see if we get a fight for the Rift Herald here, but that's still 4 minutes away. Jose Otto completing the Trinity Force. And you touched on it a little bit, but yeah, Quid only got one of those 3 kills that they got in the fight. The other 2 actually went to Morgan, and Morgan now has the Kanik Rookern fully completed. So accelerating that Ornn a little bit further ahead now makes it very, very different in his encounters with the Rumble, using that passive shield to ignore most of the damage in these
didn't the
shorter
foot
trades.
issues start actually from full sense?
Oh, here we go
Because
again.
I thought I
It's Core
saw
JJ with
some
the
press
Tempest
release
Fate
that
right
Full
into the
Sense
snap
put out
trap.
where they
don't
were
have enough
upset
burst
about what
damage to
happened
finish
with
him off
foot.
just yet. Vulcan finally
Uh-oh, they
dies.
killed
Jose
the
getting away.
MVP,
Such
and now they got
good keeping him healthy.
reinforcements coming, and Blabber's going to
in
die. Oh
danger.
no,
Quid
oh
goes in
no,
after
oh
Sven, but he
no,
won't quite
oh
have the
no.
range to catch him. The fake
Oh
seal, it
no.
won't matter though. That's still 2-0 TL.
Like,
And
isn't that actually where it
C9 are
started?
again
Was
on the
Full Sense
receiving
was upset
end
at Foot
of
and the
the
trash
Team
talk, and the
Liquid
fans were getting
damage.
into it,
Yeah,
and
Team
then it just kind
Liquid,
of snowballed
another
today.
good
I think
counter from them. They turn it around. They do invest in teleport, so Quid got down to the bottom side, opens up a turret plate here for APA and denying a tower, but he's going for another little chunk onto Sven. Sven still has double summoner spells, so he's not in threat of his life, but Quid was trying to force him to panic and burn at least one of those extra summoner spells.
Valve
while
fans
the
on
tower
socials
plate
can
is
get a
being
little toxic,
taken.
no question.
TL, though, another good little counter from them.
I have to
onto a
admit, because I had
Cloud9
the
play. They
stream
turn it
today,
around,
I
they get some
didn't have
kills,
time to
and there you
troll
go.
G2 for the
Talking
loss.
about breakpoints, that Blade of the Ruined
I may
King
have to-
done for
I
Quid.
may have to
Full
break
build
something out
Yone. He's got his
tomorrow
upgraded Berserker
morning
Greaves with the quest.
when the draw
He's got his
happens.
Doran's Helm. He's got
Well,
his
actually,
Blade.
G2
with the plays he's
plays
already been making.
foot. Oh, my
it's only going to get
goodness.
worse for C9 going up
G2
against this guy
plays
as Jose
foot.
Vioto
I didn't
takes the
even think
blast
about
cone
that.
to get away. Vulcan and Thanatos trying to find something here
Wow.
in the Team Liquid jungle. Core JJ trying to catch up. There's no Tempered Fate available on the Bard anymore, but Morgan is now ready to collapse as Vulcan and Thanatos still try to continue their way out. Dredgeline finds a Yordle snap
See, the other
trap.
problem with the way
Vulcan takes a bit of
Champs
damage from
points
that.
works, there's
Thanatos
no
gotta be
reason for us
careful
to
here.
root for
Morgan
North America
summons
or
up the call,
America's
the Forge
teams because
God.
we're
Thanatos
fighting
with
with
the
them
flash
always
away,
for
make
Champs
sure that he
points.
can't be
Now,
caught in the CC.
we only have 2.
But now Morgan goes
But hey,
forward, finds the knockout.
look out,
but
Vulcan, the
gonna be
MVP,
again.
they're
He
picking
can't
on the
Spider-Man to
MVP.
safety.
It's a
Tempered
2K
Fate
gold
cooldown
lead.
comes up at the very end of the fight, but misses the target.
There's
It's still
a
+1
2K
TL.
gold lead. What an extensive invade. We ended up with 10 people there at the top of the map.
Yes,
at 13
G2 has
minutes,
so many
Flowers.
Champs points, not going to matter.
Everybody
TTK
came to,
Grizzly, welcome to
follow
the
up
stream.
on that Thanatos Vulcan invade that they got the Wolf, but now Thanatos might be the next target. Vulcan did drop in the last one. Thanatos had to flash, so this Rumble, no flash.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
No flash.
Oh no.
1 versus 3.
Oh no.
That traffic
no.
cone
Not like
is
this.
the
Not
end
like this.
of him.
Oh
That's a scuba. That's scuba.
Yeah, he's just,
IRL.
they're diving all the way under the turrets. All 3 of them go in. Thanatos' Rumble
This
falls.
is so
This game
rough.
that started off looking pretty nice for C9, now a 7-1 lead, 2,500 gold for TL.
Dude, Spawn
This
is usually
is
just so locked
rough.
in the coach reactions. You
Yeah.
know, he is just banging the table or he's like golf clapping, you know, like, all right,
Golf
good,
clap.
job.
Like, all right, good
yeah,
hustle,
you
guys,
should've
good
done
hustle.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's in there with the scuba diving.
Oh, Quid forces the flash out of APA and the Fate Seal
No,
does just
no, the secret
that.
agent.
Perfection,
Wow.
Flowers, perfection. Able to use the E-snap
So
back on the hook
TTK,
too.
Sentinels
That
got
was-
knocked out
Can't keep track of him. He's
in
going to
the
get back to full health off the menu.
first round of the playoffs.
You couldn't
But
really
Sentinels
play
will
him
be
better. I
playing
don't
in
know
the
what I could have
Esports
asked
World
him to
Cup
do that he didn't
in
do.
the second
He
week
gets
of
the kill, he
July
gets
in
away.
Paris.
He does it without needing
So
assistance from anybody else.
whoever wins tomorrow
Quid is
will also go to
just
Esports World Cup.
monstrous here in this
Lion,
second game. 3-0
Lion
and
and whoever wins
7 out of 8
today
kill
are going to
participation
MSI.
On this
If
Yone.
Cloud9 loses
This
today,
is going to
this will be
a
their
problem
8th
that I don't
straight
know if C9
qualifying match
has the
to an
arithmetic to
international
solve.
that they would have lost. That's just too rough.
Rift Herald
That's just
spawned
too rough
now.
if it
That was my
happens.
question before. Are we going to get a fight over this one? Considering Quid is already working on it and there's snap traps everywhere, I don't think C9 wants it.
I think, Flowers, now would be a good time for a Kia poll for chat.
Okay.
Kia poll.
Who do you think is more dangerous? Quid on Yone or APA on Ziggs? We'll see what chat thinks. It's not a very fair time to run that
I was
poll.
going to say, running that poll at this time is like a breathalyzer, man. Are people watching?
Spawn is diving under the turret. Scuba tank ready.
Did you say
okay, so
scuba
we'll see though.
tank? Ready?
Maybe
Scuba?
that's just
I
an
know
early
maybe
possible
Cloud9's
comeback
team
here. We've
house.
seen
They
APA
maybe they
Ziggs
moved
hold
and now they're
off
on like some
tremendous
Yes.
amounts
cursed land or
of
something.
minions.
'cause
So
the
always
last
good
2.5
wave clear
years
and
just
good
not
combos,
been
but
working out.
Team Liquid, they just have so much momentum in this series. It feels like, and
This is
already really snowballing the
crazy.
gold
Now they're
lead here
getting the first
again
turret
in this
bonus,
game
so
number
they're gonna
2.
suddenly have a
Though
4K
Cloud9
gold
do
lead.
have 2 of the early dragons.
Now, the
and
only
they're
thing I'm gonna
starting
say
up
is the one thing
another
is
one
they were
that they
taking
want to
that
get
turret.
Here, Quid has teleported. You can
Is
join.
Yeah, Team
Cloud9
Liquid
is
immediately
on
tries to
the
challenge. Core JJ
Drake.
throwing
Will
out the
they get her?
temper
Oh,
fate, but he only
huge.
finds the dragon
So again,
with it. No enemy
the
champions.
Bard
Jose
had
Vioto
the
copper
ability to
Dredgeline, Mega
freeze the
Inferno Bomb over
dragons.
top,
They
but not a
they
whole ton of
stopped
value.
being
Core's
able
the
to
only
do
one low.
damage
C9
to
on the
it.
retreat. Fate
And now they're all
Seal.
here.
Once again,
and
it catches
oh,
APA.
no.
He tries to get out, but the
Oh,
call
no.
Forge
Oh,
God
no. APA
runs
died
him
again.
over. APA is
No.
one killed, and
But
he
wait,
won't
who
be
got
the
the-
only
who got the
one.
dragon?
Blabber dies next.
Who got the
as
dragon?
Thanatos tries
Oh,
to
no,
fight
and
his
Liquid
way
got the
out, but
dragon.
there's no way
I think there's a
home.
turn
TL
for what's
the
happening
Drake.
here?
They get 3 kills,
And I think it
and
might
they
be
are not
GG.
finished. Sven tries to escape, but
Oh, no,
Jan
and now the
chases him down
MVP
with
is
a
gonna
90
die
caliber
again.
net. A little bit more damage. Jan flashes forward
No
here with the headshot.
way.
He's underneath
No,
the
the
turret, but
MVP 's not
Morgan
dead.
is tanking it for him. Team Liquid continues the chase.
Oh,
the shutdown
no, and
back
now-
onto Jan does
Jan did die
but
to the
Core
tower.
also gets the chase kill onto Vulcan.
Oh, no.
Team Liquid,
It's a 7,000
17
gold
minutes into the
lead.
game, 7,000
It's a 7,000
gold
gold
ahead.
lead.
TL are feeling themselves. Flowers there flashing under tier 2 towers to go for dives after the objective.
No,
Here's another look
not
at it
like
where
this.
Quid just finished up
Not
on the tower
like
on top
this.
side, and Yone does have the teleport to come to this fight. Here's an initiation though. APA gets hit with the pillar just to slow down a little bit, and they're going to be looking at him. Look at Quid though. This Yone, boom, E walks straight for him. The edge of the Yone ult clips him. They get the good chunk damage. Then also the Caitlyn ult damage, meaningful too. Get him a little lower, and Morgan was able to bowl him over. So Jan, Quid, and Morgan all combine with ultimates to take down the Ziggs. And they're just having fun out there playing League of Legends.
No, Cloud9 won the split undefeated. and in League of Legends, everybody plays everybody. So they were 7-0 in the
is
split.
Not an A-plus
No,
position
no,
for C9.
not
Blabber
like
caught in his own
this.
jungle. The Rift is no longer safe, Kobe. If
No.
you're wearing a
Z
C9
Megatron,
jersey,
you're
you cannot
right. The
walk
coach
outside
needs
of
to
the
go
base
back to
walls
the
alone.
stream.
You have got to be careful.
Oh my
Every single
goodness.
brush could have a Team Liquid gank waiting and ready to send.
Yeah, Cloud9 up against the walls already. We're only 18 minutes.
So
into
Nader,
this
when
game.
somebody wins a
Last
jersey,
time it
we
took a
post it
little
in
bit
the
longer,
chat,
but
and then
Cloud9
you pick your
already
Discord name, and
are
then we
feeling
connect
pressed.
over the Sentinels
Secondary
community
tower
Discord.
In mid lane was already taken.
So we'll do another
There
giveaway
are
at the end of this
objective
game.
bounties on
This
the Rift.
is
You don't
crazy.
like to see that
It's
early
just
in the
over.
Game.
The yellow glow of shame.
If Cloud9 had managed to at least get the Drake in that fight, then at least they would have the ability to get the Infernal Soul, which gives you more
The problem
damage.
about that twinkle of hope
And therefore
is
even
now Morgan's going
what is
in
happening?
after
Are they just keep
Thanatos.
dying?
The Rumble that hasn't been able to find the success he needs so far this game. Morgan goes after him here for the killing spree.
Oh, wait, they're
Core
gonna get
JJ
a
tries
kill?
to escape
No,
for now. Blabber
they're
and
not.
Vulcan
They're not
arrive,
gonna get a
but
kill.
Morgan is just so tanky he doesn't care.
They're not gonna get a kill.
APA
They're
just
3
threw the
and 4
whole
and
kitchen
dominating.
sink into the river trying to
Oh,
hold
no,
Gone
no,
as
no,
Joseono makes
no,
his way
no.
into the retreat
No,
path
no,
of
no,
Cloud9.
they're all here,
Quid's
they're
now
all here,
joined,
they're all
and
here,
that
they're all
means
here,
there
they're
is no
all
hope
here.
left here. C9 continue their retreat. Blabber gets followed through the magical
Oh,
journey.
no.
And Core
Even
JJ
that
finds
Bard
another
is-
double kill back over to the Bard.
Bard's
As
assassinating
Ben is the
people.
only man standing to bury the rest of his team.
It's a murder, Flowers.
This
It is
is
murder
rough.
after murder out there.
This
TL
is
chasing
so
them down,
rough.
running them through their own base.
Oh, no,
Pre-20
this is so
minutes.
rough.
17-2. Team Liquid almost averaging a kill per minute in a professional game, in a series that will qualify you for MSI if you win it. These guys are locked in.
And this Team Liquid team was built to win, built for success. But Flowers, for most of this season, that is not exactly what they have gotten, not what they actually paid for. Core JJ shouting out Cloud9 Classic here. They're always talking about beast modes, but Team Liquid, I don't think you're going to get any response to that because it's hard to all chat from the other side when you're down 10,000 gold. Back to TL, though. This team was built to win the entire league.
Wow.
It was built to qualify for international after
Oh,
international.
no,
and
no.
Now they're built
Not
to
like
destroy
this.
Blabber.
Yeah,
This
Blabber's
is
out of the
just-
picture, and I was
Oh, it's
pondering this a
18-2.
little bit because game number one, you already said that one wasn't as one-sided as this one was as quickly. But in game number one, TL took the first Baron shortly before 22 minutes. Here in game number two, they're going to shave 60 seconds off that time. That's a new
Oh, my
PB.
goodness.
Personal
This is
best.
rough.
Team
This is hard to
Liquid
watch.
are all 5 persons
This
are
is hard
besting
to
their
watch.
counterparts
Cloud9
here
went
in this
7-0.
4-0-12 on Core JJ's
I
Bard.
yearn SM.
I cannot ask for a better performance from a support.
Welcome
And
to the
Morgan,
stream.
this
is so rough to watch. Cloud9 won.
605 carry Orn and
Cloud9
Flowers.
won
Yeah, this
the
is
split
I can't look at
7-0.
TL's performance this game and really find a whole lot to be
They went
upset
7-0.
about.
They
As
won their
Core
first
JJ
playoff game.
Trying to get away through the wall here. Opens
Wait,
up
they're
the
gonna get a
magical
kill.
journey, but he does
Hey.
get picked. Nice chain CC from Cloud9.
That was big for them.
To find the enemy support
'Cause they got
3
that
seconds
kill right before the Drake
spawns.
spawns.
Quid is still up in the top lane.
Now, I
does
think
have his teleport.
Liquid may
ready
just
to join
decide
the
to
rest
let
of
him
the team
have
if
this
need
dragon.
be.
Nope, they're not.
Here's that teleport coming in
They're
now.
gonna fight
But it's
4v5
going to be
'cause why not?
Morgan teleporting first to make sure he has the massive
I
shield.
love it. They're gonna fight
Stepping forward,
4v5.
C9 grouped up as 5.
Okay,
TL
they're
even
flipping
down
this.
a man.
Okay,
controlling
so they're
the dragon
basically
pit, but now
just
Morgan
saying,
has a
oh
three-man
no,
knockout.
no, no, no,
Flowers
no,
gonna
no,
die
no,
here,
no,
very
no,
strong
no,
fight.
no.
As Joseono is taking low
Wait,
flash
they
at the
killed
edge of
her.
the
They
game.
killed their jungler, but
he
wait.
still falls down. Thanatos dies next. Morgan zoning away too as APA tries to get away from Quinn.
Oh no.
But no, sir, it's
Yon
the
may
same
be fed enough that he
story
can just kill this on his
every
own.
single time this game as Morgan just menacingly lumbers towards them and guarantees C9 has to stay away. 4v5. And Team Liquid slam the fight.
Morgan's hacking, man. It looked like he got Malphite ult and Ornn ult on the same champion.
The Yon damage. He's 3,200 gold ahead of his opponent. Like APA, Secret Agent APA is 3,200 gold behind.
He puts up his Q, that little pillar right there, and then he's looking at Cloud9 members all
So Quid was the big
around
free
it.
agent
Boom,
pickup in the
juicy,
offseason.
He
was
going
100
on
Thieves
to
mid laner.
Blabber. They delete the
And
enemy
100 Thieves
jungler. That was their first target. Take out the
so he
smite.
was a free
and
agent.
then Morgan, you see on the top side,
And
is forcing out
so
the entire bottom
Liquid
lane
snatched
of
him
Cloud9.
up, and then they were off to
TL
a very
fans gotta be
shaky
popping
start.
off.
These
We
fan
beat them in the
reactions
playoffs
have
of the
been
kickoff
incredible
tournament
here in
with our
game number
expansion
2.
team, our brand new team.
21-4 though, it's Team Liquid.
But it looks like Team Liquid has now
absolutely
got their act
dominating
together.
in this second one.
because
They've got the
this
Baron for another 60
is
seconds.
too
Quid is
clean.
pushing up the top lane. Everybody else applying pressure to the tier 3
my
turret over in mid. C9 trying to draw their battle lines to defend, but this is just not an easy task. They're going to need some kind of a miracle. They're going to need a Team Liquid blunder, if we're being honest, because without one, TL are just way too far ahead.
They certainly are, Flowers. Rich as can be. They're inside the base, too. They've infiltrated.
I don't know if that was infiltration as much as it was just putting a battering ram to the door and saying knock, knock. Team Liquid gonna knock their way through the top lane now as well as Quid knocks down APA once more. Hose the Odo, kept alive, that tempered fate. Core JJ has done so much on the Bard here in game number 2, and we might just see the end of the game way sooner than I thought. When we started this second game, C9 trying to go for the 4v5 defense. Vulcan flashing forward, going in, trying to put the pressure onto Yon, but he cannot get it. Vulcan gonna die first. Morgan in the back line, make sure Thanatos dies second. Blabber and Sven fighting on the steps of their own fountain, but Team Liquid still have not lost a man. TL came to Arizona ready to qualify for MSI, ready to play in the finals tomorrow.
So
and
the
they
winner
are now
of this
one
game
away
qualifies
from
for
getting it
MSI,
done.
which is the Masters for League of
They're not
Legends.
wasting any time in
And
this series either, Flowers.
2 teams from
Looking to
North
make
America
their
go
time here in
because Post of
Arizona
Valorant
quick.
and North America, South
What
America
an
together.
impressive
North America,
showing.
South America
Obviously,
now
Quid
apart.
has the flashiest plays throughout the game on the Yone,
Oh
on
my
the carry.
goodness, this
But
is
Core
so
JJ,
brutal.
even in that first fight up there in the topside river, he's the one
we're
who
gonna do
saves
another
Jose.
jersey giveaway.
He's the one who makes so many plays. He's the one who
But
makes
that's
it
the
happen.
thing, Z Megatron.
Analyst
The
desk, are we
Cloud9
getting
went
the
7-0
3-0
in the split and then rolled FlyQuest in the playoff, and it was like...
Well, we'll hear from the analysts later. First, we got to check in with FlyQuest. We got FlyQuest in the house at Mullet Arena. Cryogeny, what's
Mullet
happening in this series? It's a 2-0 so far.
I mean, it seems like TL is just far better today, and honestly, we're really rooting for TL to win. And it looks like it's going to be a 3-0, so, I mean, it's a good game so far by TL.
Okay, you're rooting for TL to win. Griffin, are you rooting for TL?
It's like Valorant, too.
I was hoping
I
it
don't
would
know
be a
what to
close
say.
series, kind of, but I was expecting TL to win. But it's kind of been a stomp so far. Feels bad.
Kind of been a stomp? No.
I
It's
gotta
not
say,
kind of
during
been
the
a
game,
stomp.
you were
It's
cheering
been
pretty
a
loud for
stomp.
TL. So it feels like, yeah, you're a little biased here.
Biased?
Oh, yeah.
Who's your bias?
I'm just trying to think. I feel bad because there's a lot of C9 fans in the crowd. They're a bit silent. And it seems like there's a bit more C9 fans than TL, so I hear when they were really real loud. So
Look at
I
those
kinda feel bad
sad
for them,
C9 fans. They showed out.
I would like to see APA lose. Is what-
APA, the secret agent, I'm
See, that's
telling
what he was
you.
saying during the game.
He's-
So I was happy that you're willing to
he's
say it
a
there.
secret
and good luck
agent.
getting jumped on the way out of the arena. All right, let's hear from Gatgos back here. What's going on this series? How does C9 come back?
I mean,
Blake X Max Z, that is not wrong.
Otherwise, they wouldn't beat us, so I expected that.
Mossy, what about you?
I expected that.
How's C9 come back?
It seems like a quick 3-0, honestly. I don't think they're coming back, so...
How does C9 come back? He's like, they unplug the PCs. They
All right,
hack
well, if we're
the
expecting
servers.
a liquid sweep, that means we don't have much more time in the arena here for all these amazing fans. So let's talk a little bit about the
Goker
concept that you guys were
007,
doing. Cryogeny, you
welcome
just
to the
went on a
stream.
road trip with all of FlyQuest. Does the team still love each other after the road trip? Because that's a scary thing, going on a road trip with your
Does
buddies,
the
right? You
team
never know
still
what
love
you're
each
gonna
other
learn
after the road trip?
Honestly, the road trip was, I mean, it was pretty fun, but at times it was pretty scuffed, I can't lie.
I was kind of hoping that we would be able to stream like the camping portion, but it was a bit tragic. But honestly, I thought it was really fun, and it brought us a lot closer. So
They like drove down to Arizona, but they had no internet.
The road trip was really fun, and camping was like a good experience. But honestly, I got the ick from Griffin, because this guy cannot leave his phone alone. So I have to say that.
I agree. That was the most boring road trip I've ever had. Bro, I swear, bro, I got so mad that we lost in playoffs because we had to do this thing because we lost instead of playing in front of the crowd. So I swear we're never losing again. Bro, we went camping. That's the worst experience I've ever had in my life, bro. 12 hours, no Wi-Fi, on the internet, nothing. I can't even look on social media. Bro,
What a
that might have been the
zoomer.
biggest dopamine
The
detox I ever
zoomer
had. I
kid
can't
pops
focus.
off, full zoomer.
Bro, this guy could not get off his phone for 5 minutes, actually. I can't even lie.
Full
Like, we were in
zoomer.
camping, and there was no
Wow.
service. We see this guy at the end of the road trying to look for service, bro.
How am I supposed to text people? There's no service. I can't text anyone.
He's gone full
So what
zoomer.
I'm hearing is for NA to win at Worlds, we just need to take your phone away for like a month, and then you'll be so craved for some entertainment. You know, you'll start finding
He's
some
full
leagues. Is that it? Yeah.
zoomer mode.
I see the vision. I see the vision.
All right, we'll work on
Why
that.
is he so
FlyQuest,
mad
you'll
about
get on
this?
that,
He
right?
just
All right.
needs his
I hear
phone.
that
He's
there's also
full
an after
zoomer.
party. Gackos, what's going on
He
with
can't
the
live without
after
Wi-Fi.
party? FlyQuest gonna be partying up tonight?
Yeah, we are giving a big party with TradeFi. It's going to be so fun.
That's awesome. And Krajan, where can people get more information about the party if they want to go attend?
Yeah, make sure, if you guys want to come to the FlyQuest party, you guys go to our Twitter page and you RSVP there. It's going to be a really fun party. So I'm expecting to see a lot of people there. So make sure you guys go.
Yeah, go to the TradeFi party. We need to get Gacko some motion. Hey, we gotta get everyone lit. Everyone come.
All right, I got to take that away from him. They all think it's a sweep. What do we think, Mulder? Are we getting a sweep 3-0?
I kind of am looking forward to 3-0 because I want to watch Brazil-Morocco, which probably looks... Oh, Brazil-Morocco. Wait a second.
I think you missed the spot over there.
Wait a second. Brazil plays Morocco. We might have a little civil war here in the office. Uh-oh. Just saying. John QT versus Cortez.
Team Liquid has shown up in a big way. And Cloud9.
And Redux,
Where
by
are
the way.
they?
Team Morocco versus Team
Well,
Brazil.
I'll tell you where they're not. They're not set up over here at this play because this was crazy.
Redux
I wanna
and
talk
John
about this
QT versus
play,
Cortez. I hope
over at the
they're all
Herald
speaking when it's
earlier
over.
on in the game.
They're helping. They're here doing
so
content
they had
today.
This play
It'd
where
be
they're
rough
trying to set
if
it
they
up.
stop
They're
talking
taking
to
an
each
early
other.
reset through bot for Vulcan. Vulcan is going to go out through
All right,
mid, and
let's
they're
see
saying,
here if I
okay,
have the
we'll help
ability
APA. We'll help
Azil,
them get
they're
a
up
reset.
1,500 gold into Drake.
Exactly.
They're doing well.
It's looking really good. So they have this plan. We'll get APA's reset. APA is sitting on a lot of gold. As you can see, he has his first item ready to buy. So Vulcan and Blabber are going to come through
Let's
mid.
see what I can pull
They're
off
going to
here.
get the reset for APA. But I really feel like C9 is kind of over-rushing this play because APA is going to look for a recall.
All
If you look
right,
at
here
the top
we
side,
go.
Thanatos is still
We're gonna
in the
try and do
process of pushing
live
in this wave.
giveaways.
So as we roll it out, Core is in the area. He's kind of harassing them.
let's see
Jose
what
has
we got
already
here.
pulled the grubs.
While this all
but,
happens,
you know, Blabber
I'm
clearing
gonna
out a
create
ward.
an
APA
order.
just
Let's see if
now
I can pull it
finishing
off.
his base. And you can see it's also kind of like split comms. You can see the assist pings right up here on the top side from Cloud9. You know, Thanatos and Vulcan are thinking, all right, maybe we can actually make a play over through here, push that out first, then we could actually look to make a play over at Grubs. But as APA is TPing in, Blabber says, Jose has no flash from the earlier play, let's just full send it. But look at where your carries are right now.
Yeah.
APA has not yet arrived. What is Nautilus supposed to do to the Cataclysm Trundle? You can't hook through the wall. And Thanatos is not in range to actually land Flame Spitter or anything like that just yet. So he's going to throw down the Equalizer. APA arrives a little bit late. And Core has very good positioning right here to be able to actually get into position and deny a lot of this damage coming down. So the Rumble Equalizer gets dropped. Jose gets immune from all this. As APA arrives, he was already spamming out that ult. That gets immune as well. And APA now feels like, all right, we are fully committed to this. We need to rush the play. We're trying to get in Jose. And that means he is now fully exposed to Quid. He's walking into melee range of the Yone, who did not even have his E available. So, you know, Quid is able to get free access into the backline and this massive ultimate without having Soul Unbound. He gets a 3-man ult because C9 just line up and it does not feel like they're talking through these plays. The setup is not correct. They're not on the same page. You don't need to rush it. Jose has no flash. Wait for your carries and be synced up.
Jose didn't even die as
Yeah.
well. That was the last time the game was close because then
Jose
C9
didn't
actually
die.
seemed to
Core
continue to rush
saved
plays.
him.
24 deaths
That was
in
big. Where
24 minutes.
the Bard
Either way, player of the
immuned
game,
his
it's a tie
teammate,
between Core JJ and
so they
Quid.
couldn't kill him.
So fans get to break this tie. You can't just spam Jose in half and win again. I'm sorry, Jose fans.
They're gonna try.
So it's between Quid and
Quid.
Core. Very close,
Quid,
partially
Quid
because
or
of that
Core.
Yone
That was
play
big.
we just
They
pulled
all
up.
popped
but
off.
Quid is popping off. So my prediction before the series
So we
was
Sentinels
Team
did
Liquid
beat Team
3-1,
Liquid in the
and it was
kickoff
because
tournament to come in third.
of Quid's performance the last 2 weeks.
All right,
Looking
here
like
we go.
MVP
I've created
Quid,
one
and
of
if he
these orders of the
continues
winners. So
to
before
look
I
like
give
that,
away, oh,
then they're likely
this
to
would
win
be
the
the
series.
greatest execution of
When
all
you
time and
also
make Jerry
add
and
on the
Alex
fact
so
that
happy if
C9
I
is
pull
getting
this
worse
off.
by the minute, it becomes a sweep.
Yeah, when I started sweeping the floor, someone
If
in the
I
chat
pull
was
this
like, didn't
off,
Raz
Jerry and
predict
Alex
C9?
would be so happy.
Yes,
Alex is
I
always
did.
looking at me when I
feel like
walk
don't
in.
have
He's
to
like,
say
"Hey
it.
Rob,
That
did
is
you do
the
the tickets by any
quickest
chance?"
flop I've ever done in my life.
I mean, I feel like I need to flop because I gave C9 games.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to lose, and I feel like I need to change my prediction.
Like, Quid has been going crazy these last two series, but this is just the play that we've seen thus far from him. I think Team Liquid has just been a completely different team going through the lower bracket. A little bit has changed. Like, yes, the patch changing towards encouraging more tank supports have made it now Core JJ is impacting team fights a lot more, but I do think they are far more a cohesive team, and Quid is a much more, I think a clear top-tier mid laner that we were expecting when he first came into this league.
Wow, what is
I
happening?
love Spawn getting into it there.
Yeah.
I think the big thing for me is you mentioned Core, and I agree on the engage support thing, but he's played Rakan and Bard thus far.
Yeah.
He's been everywhere, and I think it brings up the point where all of these compositions are so good for, like, Quid fits in them super, super well, right? Like, there was so much setup for him to end up getting that 3-man Yone all in there.
Yeah.
And not that he's being carried by his team, just that the entire team.
40-6.
Wow.
You can't even
First game was 16-2.
Look at this. Oh no, they're putting up the Cloud9 record of despair.
I don't even want the graphic behind us to be shown because it actually feels bad. I feel so bad for C9 fans because the team performed so well during the regular season, and every time they have a chance to go international, they lose. It happened last week, 3 games in a row. They now need to win 3 games in a row to not add a 9th series.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
going
ninth.
from an
I thought it was
undefeated
7.
season
This
to
is
getting
9.
swept in
Oh, no.
back-to-back international qualifying series, there is not a more disappointing way for your year to end.
Yeah, and the fact that we can
Their
see
year is
the
not
coaches-
over.
the coach
This is
camp,
only 2/3 of the way
Not only from
through.
the clips that they throw out there for the community to see on YouTube, but also here live in person, their coaches must be fuming.
They gotta be, but if you're on site for spring finals, make sure to check out the Riot Games dev panel at ASU's Mullet Arena before the games tomorrow. So show up early, check that out. Also, don't miss any LCS action when you get your favorite foods delivered on Uber Eats for less.
Get fed,
gold.
don't
We're gonna be
feed.
right back and see, can TL make the sweep a reality, or will C9 bring the comeback?
Pressure's on.
Wow.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Red Bull gives you wings. All right. I got to track down Alex, but wait. First, I got to give away these jerseys. I'm so close getting these jerseys given away. Alex is going to be so shocked. Who's going to be more shocked? Alex or Jerry? That's the question. All right. Boom. Okay, wait, Jerry, why is there an 88 and a 90 but not a... Alex. I gotta get Alex so we can give him some more. Now that I've already given these jerseys away.
Feed.
Get fed.
Get fed.
There you go, Jerry.
Scan the
Someone
QR
created
code
an
for
accident
deals
on
home
accident? Oh,
on
you
Uber
created
Eats.
one. So, Jerry, did you see that? Did you see what's already happened here?
Red Bull gives you wings.
Tilted0282, welcome to the stream. All right, so when I find Alex, we're going to give away 2 more blackout jerseys.
The absolute legend who went from gaming on her
me go
phone
find
to
Alex.
ruthless online streaming slayer with no mercy for any living thing is your mom?
Hey guys, apples with peanut butter?
How is this possible?
With AT&T Wireless and Home Internet.
Hey, text me if you need anything.
Level up your connection with AT&T Wireless and Home Internet, now available across the nation.
No, she's so nice in real life.
That's naughty. It's I think 6 TP. Did you get one?
Pick up her? No, here.
Pass up.
Jarvan ulti.
Both of them might be dead.
No flash.
Hey,
I can retain. They use
ulti.
They use a lot already. Look at Chicks. Oh, nice ulti.
Nice. He's gonna take the porter. You get it?
Team Liquid almost averaging a kill per minute in a professional game, in a series that will qualify you for MSI if you win it. These guys are locked in.
Game, gunfire and flames. I hear echoes of my name being called in a Hall of Fame. You ever get the feeling your inner cause to be great? I want championship rings and a trophy cabinet display. To be H, I feel like TBE. If I'm mid, then I'm KDB. Rookie, but somehow I still end up as the MVP. My kick game like Fredo, or better yet, MVP. Champion at MP3, that's why they all envy me. Make the crowd shake, make the crowd shake. We did it like that way, we did it our way. Bring the sound wave, bring the sound wave. Hall of Fame theme music, man, we don't play. Make the crowd shake, make the crowd shake. We did it like that way, we did it our way. Bring the sound wave, bring the sound wave. Hall of Fame theme music, man, we don't play.
Muted. Oh wait, somehow when I went in to create the tickets, my headset went out. And Discord kind of messes with me when I'm...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LCS Spring Finals driven by Kia. We are now potentially 1 game away from a Team Liquid victory here over C9 after a dominant game 1 and an even more dominant game 2 from TL.
Yeah, even FlyQuest are in there calling for the early 3-0. But the C9 fans are in the audience. I see them everywhere. And they are loud too, getting into it. All right, Cloud9 fans, do you think you can reverse sweep? You've got to start now.
Yup, it's got to start here. It's 3 in a row for C9 or their
Sometimes
split
Discord
is
just
over.
does that.
They have to wait all the way until summer to play some more. This last chance opportunity here in the lower bracket final
All right,
to
so
still
Jerry, did
qualify
you see
for
that?
MSI, to still
Desi Cat
qualify
is
for the
back.
finals tomorrow, to have a chance to play for the title. But it's gotta start
Oh,
here.
I
It's
clicked
just
it accidentally.
Game number 1, it was Hosdiono making play after play after
Sleeping
play after
Snipes.
play.
I was
Game number 2,
just
it's
locked
4JJ
into
on
the
bar,
Discord as I was
getting
giving
so
away all
much
those
done.
tickets
It's Chris
yesterday.
Yone just
I
being
spent
the
like
Yone
2
on the
hours
enemy team
filling
in
out all
solo
the
queue
tickets.
10 times over.
And then
C9 have not had anyone
somehow
step
I
up
went to
that
click
same
something and I
level just
accidentally
yet.
clicked the hangout.
What are
Nobody
they gonna
joined
need,
me.
Flowers,
So I left.
to kick them into gear here. I'm feeling like
But more
Thanatos
importantly,
Gnar
I have
or
no
something
sound.
like that. One like real signature.
I need Alex to come save me.
champion.
He's supposed to be coming down to give away
see
some
what they
jerseys.
can do. Maybe focus top lane. That has been a route for them because if you look at the stats, Cloud9 are significant damage portion comes from top lane. much more significant than most of our other teams. And APA, of course, the mid lane takes a more facilitating role. And
you let the dogs out?
Because mid lane is currently still the focus with a lot of the similar perma bans going, that respect with the Akali and the perma of the
Alex
Castiel
is training down the hall.
Yeah, this is exactly
Somehow
I
Discord
believe, the same
like
6 champions
reset
that were
me when
banned
I was
in
in there
game
making
number
those
2 in that
tickets.
first rotation. The Orient
And
Cass,
now
like
I
you're
have
talking about,
those
the
out.
Varus kept away for the power pick in the bottom lane. Lucian Karma banned out by C9,
But I did
and they
create the
continue
2
to
winning
respect
tickets.
the Quid
They've already
Akali
been-
that could be locked in early.
They've already got their
But C9's
confirmation.
first pick here, they dropped the Lulu for Vulcan,
There.
which means it's got to be some
it
kind of a
claims it has
hyper
one.
carry for Sven.
And Sven,
it's
this
on.
season, has really been a fan of the Yunara, much more in the beginning when Yunara was truly OP, but they could still go with the Lulu Yunara, or,
right.
like you're saying, a
All
different
right.
hyper carry of Jinx.
Okay, you ready to do the giveaway?
And I fit one of those in.
No.
Meanwhile, the engage of the Nico, which
Can you?
if it
Or
was
you wanna wait and do them
Cloud9
both
Nico,
again?
then you think there's more of a possibility of like mid lane, APA takes it
All
or
right,
something,
here we
but
go.
it is a TL Nico, and
Giveaway
so
2.
you're pretty sure that is Core JJ. Nico on the bottom side, and now you're 100% sure.
Yep, that Nico will be going to the support role as the Victor is
right.
locked in early for Quid here. Pretty standard pick.
All right,
Long range
we've
control
got
manage,
a
clears
fun
waves very
one.
well. There's nothing crazy that you've got to be prepared for with this guy.
For the next
You know, unless you
giveaway,
give him a
as soon as
couple
Alex
resets
gives
and
me
a
the
team fight,
go-ahead.
The Storm takes up the whole screen, but
yeah.
Thank you, Sleeping
All right,
Snipes.
so we talked about Sven being a pretty big
All right.
fan of the
As soon as
Yunara,
Alex gives
and
me
still
the
holding on
go-ahead
to that
for the
one. They
giveaway,
are going to lock
I
it.
will
so,
throw the giveaway into chat.
Yunara, of course, you do
We'll
have
give
your
away
own
2 more
jump when you
jerseys.
activate your ultimate,
I already put the
and
tickets
if
in,
you
much to
can
Alex
work
and
around
Jerry's
the Nico
shock.
engages, can still be very effective, especially in clumped up team fights.
We got.
Meanwhile,
I mean,
into
have
the
to say
Victor, a couple
the
options here
champions
for
that Team
APA.
Liquid. You ready?
Early hovering onto the Syndra, but eventually going with this Twisted Fate. That C9 are one of our teams that have effectively used the mid lane Twisted Fate.
Okay.
And play
I'm
around the
typing
gold
in
card
the
timers,
chat
play around that
what the
range
giveaway code
of the
is.
Single target stun, and if you have a Twisted Fate to play down to your hyper carry of your Yunara Lulu,
So it is
as well. Put that
exclamation
enemy lane in
point,
check, which is going to be
C9
some sort
question
of Nico,
mark.
looking like the Ezreal. That does make a lot
Exclamation
of sense.
point, C9 question
with the
mark.
combination for the poke damage,
We'll let it
and
run
Ezreal,
until the draft
pretty
is
common,
over, and as soon as the draft is
response to
over,
the
we will
Yunara
do the
as
giveaway.
well.
Exclamation
so
point,
we'll have some
C9
range
question
down there,
mark.
some poke like you're
Get
talking
a
about.
free
The
blackout
TF, I agree,
jersey.
I'm fully expecting
And
him
for
to
the
try to
first
play
time
around with
ever,
Yunara,
I
get
am
Sven
getting
fed,
these tickets
have
put
the hyper
together
carry,
faster
do what the
than
hyper carry
you
is supposed
can
to get done.
win 'em.
The thing is, though, playing Twisted Fate into a champion that has the extreme pushing capability that Victor
Oh
has
my goodness.
means that if APA does look for these plays, if he does look for
All right,
these
so these are
roams,
like
and he can't
classic
make things
matchups
happen,
here
it will be very
between
easy for
Liquid
Quid
and
to get
C9.
himself ahead.
The second
forcing plays
game
and
was even
shutting
worse
plays.
than the
And
first.
that's why I think that
Like,
Cloud9
both
need
games go the same way. I
on
think
some sort of
Cloud9
jungler
might
that
have
can
got
fight
first blood
well,
both
because
times.
you want
No.
a Twisted Fate to
Liquid
be able
got-
to
they got
also
first blood.
make
They
plays
got
with like
the
an
first two
invading
dragons.
jungler or just some sort of jungler that's going to put
And
pressure.
lost 28-4.
Like a Xin, like Xin is up, Jarvan
They
is up.
just
definitely
Jarvan's banned.
ran
Jarvan
them
actually,
over.
or excuse me, not Jarvan, Pantheon was what I was
Yeah.
thinking
They
of.
just
The
ran
Xin or the
them
Pantheon.
Hey, I agree. You look great today. Good job.
Yeah,
Jerry
you
says
look
he's not
great
going to
too.
participate this time.
The fans in Arizona.
All right, so as soon as we
Props
get
for
through,
that.
the draft
Crab for
has
Nexus.
2 more picks.
That is a classic.
That's a rough trade.
That's what
When the
maybe
draft is over,
Cloud9
we'll
really
pick
needed to index
Cloud9.
more into the
By the
scuttle
way,
crabs.
The
Did
Blabbers
Cloud9 get
Crabs.
swept by
their
Lion?
power.
I think they did.
Well, they won't be
think
able to index
Cloud9 went
into
7-0
that
in the split,
Thanatos
beat
Gnar that you were
FlyQuest in the
talking
first
about
round
as
of the
something that
playoffs.
could be a win
Now have
condition.
lost
In
5
all
straight
we
games.
trust.
When they
That's
got
that
to the
narrow buff.
qualification
Oh, well
matches,
done.
they're
Yeah.
over.
Well done, production.
Yeah, excellent
8-0
camera fan
match
right after that
score
one.
before
It's going to be all
qualification.
top lane
They
bans
can't
from
win a
both
game in
sides
the
here in the
qualification
second half of the
matches.
draft, though, as the Gnar and Jace are banned out by TL.
Oh
Renekton
my
and the Jack
goodness.
banned away by C9. Remember, C9
All right, here
wanted
we go.
first pick here in
Wait,
this third
what is
game,
that
just like they did in
champion?
game number
Yawn?
2.
Oh, okay,
so
they're
that
trolling.
means TL
I was like, wait.
will get their counter pick here at the very end.
No, I mean,
They're
it's going to be a
trolling.
jungler.
Crowd always wants
There's
Team
no way
or
they're
Heimerdinger.
early picking
These
the
are the
top laner
crowd
when they have
favorites.
counter
Yeah,
pick. They
that
can
would be
guarantee
crazy.
it.
Team there.
So,
No way.
Let's see. Honestly, they just need something kind of stable from
Oh,
Jose. Ooh, okay. They're going to go with the early Nefiri.
Nefiri, who's 7-3.
And Nefiri is very good when enemy is showing Twisted Fate. So obviously you can immune
the Nefiri
gold card
Twisted
very
Fate
easily with
matchup.
Nefiri. and you have a lot of mobility, but the instant double lock C9, they get denied the Gnar with the ban, but they still
all right,
want
last
the same
chance,
idea
spam,
Thanatos
exclamation
carry.
point, C9
And
question mark
Thanatos,
in the
I'm assuming
chat,
is
and
getting
Alex is
Ambessa.
going to go
Technically, we have had
running,
the opposite
pick
where
the two winners.
Sejuani goes top and Jungle gets Ambessa.
By the time you get to your desk, this
I would
pick will
literally
have
give
been
that 0% chance this game.
It is Shen.
You're giving the carry opportunity
All right, here we go.
to Thanatos, the guy that has been able to carry from the
Team
top
Mitch
lane
13,
like
yeah, don't be
no
greedy.
other. And you give him some Sejuani synergy to work with, some CC to work with, in addition to a Twisted Fate. So honestly, I do really like this draft from Cloud9. You have 2 lanes, side lanes that can carry either you
All right,
with Lulu
Blake
buff
X
or
Max
Thanatos
Z.
on his
That makes
Ambessa.
sense.
Both APA and Blabber can play to those side lanes.
And Retta PlayStation, you're the winner. Okay, so type into chat your Discord
Being
username.
able to Shen ult onto a Nico. It
And
kind of solves one of Nico's later
then
game
Jerry will
problems
tell you
where
what to
are a
do
bit
so you
squishy.
can
Sometimes
get
you
your
just
information.
pop, but Cortex
So you
is
need
very
to
good at
join
getting
the
into good
Sentinels
angles,
community
and you
Discord.
get the Shen on your back, then the engage
Game
is
Master
really
AT,
dangerous.
did you get your
Also
email
so
confirmation?
effective at preventing Twisted Fate from doing what he wants to do, or my favorite version of all the possibilities with this composition, Dog Missile. As soon as
Jerry,
you
I was
fire
thinking
the Fury into the back
Blake
line,
X Max
you've got
Z
Shen attached
and
right to
Retta
it as a rocket
PlayStation.
thruster,
Type your
and you've
Discord
got
name
so
into
much
your
pressure
respective
on whoever
chats.
they want to go after.
Now I hope that
PlayStation on
Hot Dog to
YouTube
Fury skin
and
so you can
Blake
get your Hot
X
Dog
Max.
Missile.
Your
Hot
Discord
Dog
name is
Missile
Blake
sounds
X
good.
Max
Somebody give
without
Kangas
the
some
Z.
hot dogs to throw to the crowd if it happens, because that would just
Today
be
I am on
a
it.
sick way
I am
to
on
celebrate
it
being
like
back
Team
in the
Liquid
arena
today.
here
I am
again.
not
And
like
the other thing that Shen
C9.
does that is very good
I am
for
banging
counter
out.
Twisted Fate,
Oh,
not just the global,
Brazil now.
but you
I'm
can
gonna
also
watch on
block
my other
auto
screen
attacks.
over
So try
here.
and get the block down
Nobody
for gold
judge
cards
me.
for people. It does make it sometimes annoying
I'm
for
gonna
Twisted
watch
Fate
on my
if
other
the
screen
Shen is
the
next to
Brazil
someone,
match.
and he's able to get the block zone up, block the gold card. Not too often, but sometimes, you know, if Twisted Fate would have been thinking about going to the top side to gold card, then it also is a stopper there, because obviously you can easily time it for yourself.
So one thing that I do want to watch throughout this game, 2 Summoner Spellbooks on C9,
right.
both
Nobody
APA
judge me.
and Blabber, running that Keystone, a lot of possibility, a lot of room for creativity there. Good usage of that can change the course of a fight with an exhaust, with a heal. Lots of different choices. And C9, they have got to be mentally resilient here. Game numbers 1 and 2, it's not like they were particularly close. It was Team Liquid
Like,
outplaying
actually,
them,
you just need to
getting
go
so
in
far
there,
ahead,
give your
especially there in that second
information,
game,
and
around that topside river fight that just C9
Sleeping
could never
Sniper just
recover
having
from.
fun.
But in a best of 5, your
Watching
ability
some
to
Brazil
keep your
World
minds
Cup
on
on the
track,
other screen.
reset after a rough game, come back into this
Getting
one
ready
knowing you're back at square
for
zero.
Esports World
That's
Cup,
what you got to be able to do
Apex.
if you want to reverse sweep.
And we already
Next
saw,
week we'll
right,
be
at the
giving
beginning,
away.
a
So
couple of those
anybody who would like to
melee,
come to
minions going
Paris
down,
to
APA
watch
missing, so
either
losing out a little
Sentinels
bit already. It does
Apex
also
playing in the
always
World
hurt a little
Cup
bit more with
or
Twisted
just
Fate
to
if you miss
attend
some,
the
'cause you
Valorant
get
tournament
extra
at
value
Esports World
from
Cup.
hitting CS out of your passive.
There will be
So
multiple
makes
ways
people count
to
them even
win
more.
the
Yeah,
trips.
the chat goes
You-
wild
if
with
you're
the
a Sen
-1.
Society member, if you're not, you should
We'll
go
see,
join
though,
for
because
$5.
Jose is bottom.
Monsoon
and he
Apex
using the hot dog.
is
That a
the
hot dog.
captain of our
That
Apex
is-
team.
It is a weird colored hot dog with the chroma,
Defending
but
world
he's
champs.
not
Are you kidding me?
seen.
Tell me
Jose
this
jumps in,
isn't
fires
true.
off the
Say it
first
ain't
dark
so.
Dagger. The hyper
Say it
carry
ain't so.
Yunara is first blood in 2
Say
minutes
it
and 6
ain't
seconds
so.
into the game. And Team Liquid is on the board with
Say
Jose
it ain't
Diodo.
so.
Yeah, the hype around the carry, Jose Diodo.
Where was
the
I?
hype around the carry is.
So follow
like that
Monsoon,
area.
Jonah P, or John
Not what
QT,
you
and we're
wanted
gonna
the start of
have
this lane to
some
be.
contests next
Two
week.
long swords for Jose's
Make sure you have a
recall.
passport,
Blabber
W
will make him
Monsoon.
pay the
So we're gonna be
nominal
doing
price
some
of your blue
giveaways.
buff.
We're gonna
I'll
attend
take more
either
of
the
that. I
Valorant
will-
tournament
yep,
or
I'll
the
take that
Apex
any day.
tournament. Last
Get the
year,
kill,
I
early
was able to
kill
kind
on
of
the Zen.
take people to
Sven held onto
both,
his
so
summoner
hopefully I'll be able to do
spells.
that. I will be there.
Resigned himself to death after Core JJ had the
So
good
hopefully I'll
engage.
be able to
We'll
do the
focus
same
on
thing.
Nefiri getting the kill, but props again to Core JJ. With the
This
engage
is
from
so
Nico,
rough.
using the flash on the bottom side,
Cloud9
getting right there
has
on the
lost
Zen,
8
so,
straight matches
Zen
when
after
an international
that
was on the
was like,
line.
okay, fine, you got me.
They lost
I
last
am,
Sunday.
resigning
Now
myself to
they're they're
death, and
losing
if you're gonna get
2-0
paid,
and
so
they're already
we'll see what Jose
behind.
can do this game. That
And Jose
champion
Dioto
with
is on one of
money
those
is
champions where if he gets
extremely
ahead, he can just snowball the
problematic.
game. So they're kind of in
Fed
trouble
Fury
already.
is a problem. The champion can just do so much damage all at once. You do
See,
have
the
TNT
casters
sets
saying what I
running on the
said.
enemy team. You do have the Lulu to try to protect
Police.
whoever gets dove.
Gordon Pong last year was hype.
Blabber is being able to get the bottom side crab. I kind of
Join
like that,
Sentinels Discord.
He
All right,
warded his
Sparks.
own red and dropped it so that he could get the crab and make the fans happy for the Blabbers Crabbers. Get the bottom side, and he can go back and get his red afterwards anyway. No big deal there. Make sure he does not get double crabbed.
With burst down here onto Vulcan as C9 will try to get this wave shoved up, crashed into the turret. Also a massive wave crashing into the top lane turret there as Thanatos has controlled that one against Morgan here early. I think there is a lot of pressure on Thanatos in this game because you're on a champion like Ambessa that you said can carry from the top lane, because he's been, I just think, so far and away throughout almost the entirety of Spring Split, by far the best top laner. And so now, being put on this champion at this do-or-die must-win moment, he's really got to step up.
Yeah, best top laner in the league.
He
Morgan
really
has
has to
picked a pretty
step
good
up,
nullifying
has been
stopper
called.
champion for the top side. You know, Shen for the absorb. Be kind of fine up there, and then you can, as we say, block gold cards with your dodge zone. It still can get really dicey if Sejuani goes up there because you can block some autos, but Sejuani brings a lot of CC anyway with the ulti, so we'll see
Daco
which area they
Tab.
decide to focus, since bottom side's been already
3-stream watch streak.
having a little trouble.
Ooh, Core JJ walks up. He goes for the tangle
Yes,
bar.
Sleeping
Nice
Snipes, we
shoot
will
from
figure
Sven.
out
If
a
he gets
watch
caught
party
there,
for stage
Jose
2.
was right there waiting. That could have been another big problem. If nothing else, it should have at least been summoner spells.
But before
nice
that,
juke from Sven keeps him safe for now.
we will be
They're
hosting.
just trying to keep their farm consistent here.
We will be
Keep the gold
hosting in
income
Paris.
up.
So anyone
And
with
we're
a
approaching
pass
to
for
the
it,
level 6 for Twisted Fate.
anyone with a
curious how
anyone
much
with an
attention
actually
C9 is going to put
current
on
pass
attacking
for it.
Morgan
Last year we had people with no
That's one of the
pass for it,
answers
people
we
with expired
normally do into
passports.
Shen can save anybody on his team except for Shen. So the only person that can't get the stand united is who you've got to hit. And Blabber is making a trip up towards this top lane right now. You can see the pings though, as TL does have
So
the control over the
Morgan's
tri-brush,
champion
so they're just
Shen
trying to
has
raise
a
fire with
ability
Tyler
called
alive.
Stand United,
Yeah, it's a
where
really
he
good
just
controller
shows
spot,
up.
by the
He
way.
teleports next to you,
really good,
and he just
precise
shows up next
spot
to you to
there,
help you defend yourself.
to be able to get the little look around, and he's going to go
So,
complete the recall anyway. They were looking for the bottom crab, by the way. So Blabbers Crabbers join powers now.
Vulcan walking into the tri-brush, finds Core JJ waiting. Does eat a good little chunk of damage there. Jose versus Blabber here.
I saw a lot of people. It's a blackout jersey.
To try to keep going
Although,
here.
yeah, it's a
Does
blackout
have to
jersey.
back up over the wall there with
And
the
blackout
Arctic Assault
jerseys can't be
because Team
custom or
Liquid
have
was
player
bringing
names.
help
They just say
faster.
Sentinels on the back.
Jose smites the crab away after seeing Blabber's re-entry, so Blabber's just going to go back to his own jungle. Another thing that's important to remember is even though Jose got off to that good start with the first blood down there in the bottom lane, Blabber, as the Sejuani, your first purchase is so cheap with the Protoplasm harness, and it's so powerful too. It could really be a big X factor in one of these early skirmishes, one of these early neutral objective team fights that we've seen in both the previous games.
Yeah, Sejuani always still going to provide that value, no problem. We've actually seen Blabber get counter jungled really hard on Sejuani and still come back and
So there are
have a
plates
very
on the top
successful
of each
game. In
turret.
fact,
Those little,
against
there's
Jose
like 4
himself,
plates. So each time you hit the
Blabber
plate, you
was
get gold.
pushed out and still able to have a meaningful
And then you
impact. So
knock down the turret,
let's
you
see.
get gold.
Their bottom lane, of course, and their mid lane were both getting pushed in, so you don't always get to
Oh my
be the
goodness,
sole
this
determining
is
factor
rough.
of your
Now, to be
crab
fair,
power.
Cloud9 has stabilized. So even
And
though
because
Jose
of
got
that,
the first
Jose
kill, it is
wrapping
tied.
around
here it comes
again. Twisted
and they
Fate,
don't have
kind of,
any-
you can see him hovering too.
Oh, they
anytime
do have a
hover
ward
Twisted
there, so
Fate,
they would see
you
him
get
if
the
he
mirror.
shows up.
Ooh, public execution though from Thanatos. Wants to go in after Morgan. He protects himself for now.
Uh-oh,
The damage
Morgan.
from Thanatos is not quite enough.
No.
He commits the ulti, but Morgan gets away. Now Quid in danger. Gold card
Wait,
immediately into
how
the
were
glacial
they
prison.
managing
C9
to
trying to
gank?
strike hard here in the mid lane.
I guess it was a
One
solo.
more gold card.
All right, here we go
Deals
again.
him a losing
Cloud9.
hand. Quid is down, and APA gets the kill.
Cloud9
Cloud9
is
attacking 2 lanes at once, one with the
Cloud9 is
1v1 on top side, and then the gank in mid
competitive
lane.
early.
Wow, Jose is taking the dragon, so objective still picked up for Team
But they
Liquid.
did-
But
now this is a
Cloud9
reverse,
getting on the
where
board with a kill.
TL got the first
and
Drake this time.
Doesn't look like they.
Ooh, APA wants
What
to get
in
away
the
from it.
world?
Hound's pursuit chases him underneath the turret, but immediately Call of the Pack has to be used to back off after the Tangle Barbs miss from Core.
It's an old one, but a good one, Flowers.
I missed this one. This is a
Quacklin,
classic
welcome
one
to the
right here.
stream.
I feel comfortable.
Limeade juice, welcome.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It feels like coming home as Team Liquid, they took the first Drake. It was a later first Drake than in the first couple of games. Previously, we would see it around when it spawned. This time around of 7.5
Sparks
minutes.
20, I will figure out a
Shortly
plan.
thereafter, Jose is going to go ahead and pick those up as well. So early neutral control for Team Liquid.
Sparks 20, why don't you open a new ticket on the Discord for yourself?
Poor JJ hit
and then
6, so you
tell me where
really
you want me to
gotta
send the
keep tabs
stuff.
on him by pressing
and we'll figure
tab
out a plan of
and
what to
tracking
send.
that Nico.
I may have to
Advice,
change what I
Nico,
send you
press tab.
because of the
Currently
customs
up in the
issues,
top
but I'll
side
get you
2v1,
something.
So it's pretty easy when they're at the tower, but are going to have to look out for those. Again, if you've got the Nico Shen combination, can be deadly. Definitely helps if your Shen is already getting pummeled and pushed under tower. And Sven actually doing a good job there on the Yunara, pushing Morgan in, chunking him low. You want to keep up the pressure on the source of the global, what you're talking about previously, where keep Shen low, keep the pressure on Shen so that even if he can like get away from you and
Jerry, open
get
a
an ult
ticket.
off,
Why not?
He'll lose a lot for doing so.
Right, you'll have control, you'll have push, and even if he arrives, if he's
Brazil versus Morocco is starting just in time for when this ends. What if Cloud9 makes a miracle comeback?
Cloud9 with a very modest gold lead right now, but again, that can be kind of deceptive in a game with Twisted Fate. Kind of what you were talking about earlier. Yeah, he gets the bonus dice gold whenever he kills stuff, but that's built into the kit. He's
This
balanced
is kind of
He's
crazy,
supposed to be ahead in terms of money. Steps forward here, closes a little bit of distance onto Quid, closes enough to grab at least the stun for the quick little bit of damage, but it's not like Quid's feeling a whole lot of pressure here. Blabber still hanging around.
My only complaint about football is players acting like they got shot when they get kicked in the shin.
Because the further ahead you can get APA,
I mean, come on,
the
man.
faster you can get him to that Twisted Fate 3-item power spike where you have your rapid fire cannon and you can really set up picks, the more well-equipped C9 will be to find
that could be a good match.
Wins them their first game in this series.
And I like that you say Blabber should do it because Sejuani is very good at playing very
That
like,
could be a
non-committal
very good
engages.
match.
Against the Shen, a lot of times you kind of want to make an engage but not fully commit to it. And Sejuani is very good at doing Yeah, exactly. So you get the Shen ult burned and, you know, maybe back off if necessary or fully burst them down if you actually have the angle. But Sejuani is very good at having options, has the mobility, has the long range in addition to the CC. So can kind of pick and choose your battles and make your choices wisely. APA currently is sitting on the Ghost and Teleport with his Summoner Spellbook, and Blabber is currently topside as well. Teleport invested to go back to mid lane though, and Twisted Fate ult still being held on to.
All right, C9 bottom lane, 63 stacks, or 53 stacks, sorry, can't read, on the Cull left for Sven before he'll be able to cash in on that one, catch up a little bit on this small gold deficit down here that Jan has earned for himself on the Ezreal. 1.5 minutes until the next Drake spawns in this one. First was Mountain, second was Ocean. The two big defensive Drakes will be out of the opportunity there for what Soul arises. Lots of vision control down here in the bottom river right now for the TL side. You can see 3 different control wards placed down around the Dragon Pit itself. Mid side brush, banana brush. Jan trying to get back now though.
He had to flash.
The arcane shift over the wall to make
In
sure
League of
Trent can't follow
Legends,
up
the
with
two
damage
most
after
important
bolting
things
bottom
are
slow.
your flashes and your
All
ultimates.
right, continue to farm here.
Because the ultimates for a lot of
Getting
champions can
the recall
pretty
from
much
Jan,
confirm a kill or a half a
if he
kill,
has
and a flash
his
can basically avoid a kill
completion.
or a half a kill.
Picking up some more resources, some more pots here to continue the kind of slow mid game. I mean, Shen always does this where having the block. Okay, there you go. He gets the full Trinity Force. Shen always kind of does that where he kind of slows it down a little because even when you have Sejuani already and Twisted Fate on your team, can definitely be a bit of a stopper to a lot of those plays you'll look for. And since everybody's holding on to their flashes still, it's not like there's a really good opening to punish. So see here with limited vision and information as well. Blabber coming right back out to open on the bottom side of the map. Where Jose
Wait, Casemiro still on the Brazil
resides.
national team? Isn't he like
Jose gonna
50
clear
years
off some of that
old?
vision. Core JJ next to him. Team Liquid again, trying to control the neutral objectives. Remember,
I
they've
feel
already
like
got
he's
the first couple
been
of
on
them
the.
so
Was
far
he in the
this
infamous
game.
Brazil 7-1 team?
Teleport brings Quid right back into the mix as Blabber and APA are forced back a bit. Jose Dioto still just
All right,
hanging around
Jerry.
the banana brush here. Just wants a little
I
bit more
will
damage
knock out
onto
those
Blabber
tickets.
as he tries to make his way back over here. Drake not started yet by either side.
I won't during the
control
game since I'm watching
for Team Liquid.
Cloud9,
Morgan's going to
Liquid,
take a
and
recall.
Morocco Brazil at the same time.
Yeah, he has his teleport if he needs to go back to top lane. He
Oh,
has
somebody
his
just got
ulti
shot
if
in
he
the
needs to join
Brazil-Morocco
fight. He
game.
just
Oh
purchased
no, he
Titanic
just tripped.
Hydra, which is a big power
Come on,
spike there for
football
him. So
players.
Team Liquid
Be
just going
better.
to
Why do we
take
have to
this-
pretend to be
take
dead?
this dragon,
I don't
make sure that
understand.
they
Why do we have to
are,
pretend to be
continuing
dead?
to stack those neutrals. Thanatos will cash in on some plates top side in the meantime.
Yeah, money, money, money here for Thanatos. See
I
what they
get
can
hit
Blabber
harder
also
in
wants
trying to
take
get
another blue
Red Bull
away
out of
during
the
that time.
refrigerator.
So it is going to be the 2 dragons and the 2 blue buff steals for C9.
You were really correct about the thing about
I'm
Shen
not a
slowing the game
fan
down.
of
This is by
soccer
far
flopping when the
our
guy lays on the
lowest
ground and
actual
flops
game.
around like
But
he's
now
going to die.
Thanatos
Not a fan.
has APA and Blabber coming up to
Not a
help him.
fan.
They attack the Shen. They go for the dive. Thanatos not
No
quite
way.
enough
No
damage.
way. No
And
way.
Morgan
No way.
in the 1v3 gets out alive.
Did that Sejuani ult hit you, Flowers?
Uh-oh.
That was
They're
a little
trolling
wide.
Blabber.
Morgan stays alive.
Okay, so he was
I mean, I
predicting a
guess I
flash.
understand part of the flopping is it's the way to get them to look at VLR where sometimes they don't.
I'm sure we'll have a replay.
But
We'll slow it down a little
in a moment.
the,
But,
like,
usually
you
when
don't
that
need to
happens, it's a
stay
flash
there for
prediction.
half an
Hold
hour.
on,
You
Team
can
Liquid's
land
coming
on the
in. They wanna try to get a
ground.
punish
You
on
can
APA,
fall. You don't have
who
to
has hung
flop
around
and
up here
then
in the
look
top
like
lane.
you are dead. That's my
Gravity
complaint.
field thrown down. But the heal and the ghost from APA get him
Not a
away
fan
from
of the
that
acting
before
like you're
Quid
dead.
is able to trap him nearby. Now, Jose Dioto is still waiting here in the brush. Team Liquid's going to get this wave shoved up.
Uh-oh.
They're just going to go for the dive here onto APA. Pop Blossom forces the flash of the
no.
Twisted Fate.
Oh, no.
And Team Liquid
Oh, no.
shows
And
them
it's
how to get
right
the
back.
3v1
Team
done.
Liquid is
They
immediately
make the dive happen. They
back.
get the extra kill. Vulcan forced to use Wild Growth defensively after the ulti reset there for the Nico.
Come on,
Now
Jerry.
Yawn
I don't-
protected by the
come
Stand
on.
United. Morgan shows up to make sure that Sven has to fully retreat.
Okay, he does retreat though.
If
He's gonna
in
live
American
for now.
football,
Win does
if
get
anyone
pushed
laid
in,
on the
but
ground like that,
they should be able
and they're
to
wearing
recover from
full
that.
pads,
Nice
anyone
little
laying on the
punch
ground like that,
from
they would
Team
bring out an
Liquid on the top
ambulance.
side after the attempted play from Cloud9. And yeah, it was a prediction ult from Blabber trying to predict the flash. And so that's what just makes even more important Morgan's sidestep.
What I love is when they
Morgan's able
can't,
to
they are
sidestep
trying
both
to
of them.
draw a
He
penalty
sidestepped
and they
both
just lay there and their
Thanatos
team
and
keeps
Blabber.
playing. And then the
And
ball's
still
coming
had his
around
flash to be
them.
able to get
And
out
then
afterwards.
20,
So
they
it's
can't
actually
decide, do I
so
get up and
here's
get
again,
back in the
look
play
at
or do
the
I keep
sidestep that he's
trying to
gonna
pretend
do.
I'm
So
hurt?
first he's going to block the gold card with the dodge. And then this sidestep there. Dodges out the Sejuani ult who was predicting.
I can't
And then he's
believe
able to
Morgan
still
lived
have his
there.
flash dash to get out of range. Really nice from him.
Ghostly Live, welcome to the stream.
The
We are
happiness of the
watching
TL
Cloud9
fans
try
as
and not
Lord Morgan
lose their
gets
9th
his
straight
Survive
qualification
the
match in
Dive
League of
award.
Legends. While at the same
As we do
time,
have a game once
I
again
am
on a
tracking
knife's edge here in
Morocco,
terms
Brazil
of gold.
on my
But it's
laptop,
the
and
Team
it seems
Liquid
like this is going to be a fun
neutral
match.
objective control
So
that remains at 100%.
if the Cloud9 Liquid match ends
They got
soon,
the Rift Herald
I'll
as
be
well. We'll
ready
see
to
where
lock
Jose
in.
wants to drop that one. Down here in bottom lane,
Red
TL's getting the wave
PlayStation,
shoved up.
yeah,
JJ
we're doing the
and
blackout
Rosado have
ones
control over the jungle off the
because we have
side,
some
which means
inventory.
Thanatos cannot
The
afford
Madrid
to hang
ones,
around
we're
here
just
and try
doing
to
a
defend this.
pre-order.
At least
So
C9 on the other
tomorrow's
side
the
of
last
the
day.
map
Anyone who
will
wants to get
also
the
use this
Madrid
opportunity
jersey,
for
you need to get
APA
it
to push
ordered
the
by
tier 1 and
tomorrow.
get that one in trade.
It is dead even in gold, but Liquid has
Liquid
2
getting bottom
drinks.
one, as you say. Trade
Dead
of
even in
towers
gold. That's
does
pretty
go
funny.
Through, and this game much closer than previous Flowers. So
Is it really
the
much
hope
closer? Because
alive
it seems
for
to be the
Cloud9
moment in the game
series. They
where
have
Liquid takes
a
them
lot of work
over.
to do to claw their way back, but it starts with one game at a time.
Ghostly Live?
Arrow being used by TL though, and this tower's already low.
I'm
so
going to root
they're
for
gonna
Brazil and
they can just
Morocco
finish this
since
off, grab
we've got
all
Brazil
of
and
the outer
Morocco
towers
in our
and
office.
Really open up the map for themselves. Start to take over some of the jungle vision. Solid setup for TL, going to get another charge as well.
Yeah, that's even more plate money going their way. Now Blabber trying to defend himself in the jungle, make sure he controls his wolves still. But Jose and Core roaming around as this jungle support duo trying to choke their opponents out
C9,
of
well,
that-
they're not getting
their own
destroyed
side of
in
the
this
map.
game.
As
They're only
Thanatos
behind by
maybe
600
target.
gold.
No, they don't want to full send on the Mbessa like that, not with the rest of C9 around and ready
But
to
the first two,
reinforce.
yeah.
The next dragon spawning in under 60 seconds now. As C9 want to move forward, should be able to secure this scuttle crab as Yon takes his retreat in the mid lane.
I'm
Low on
watching
mana
out of my
here on the
peripheral
Ezreal.
vision, but it looks like
Not sure how
Brazil
much
just had a
gold he
real
has,
good
but
header
Azir is fully
opportunity,
stacked.
and the
Whenever
guy
he
just
buys
missed it.
The Mana Mune, it
Am I
will
wrong
evolve
about
into the
that?
Muramana instantly, and that
Who
will
else
be a
is
massive
watching
power
the
spike. Doesn't have
World
the money
Cup?
for it just yet.
Oh, it just went behind him.
Certainly will. See if they are able to utilize that.
Ooh.
On
Oh, no, he did touch it.
timer when it
Oh,
comes, but
he
30
did
seconds
get
ahead
his
of
head
time
on the
right now.
ball.
Dragon is
That
gonna
could have
arrive
been.
a little bit early, so push that timer
That could have
up.
been something.
Man, Jose on 2 items.
was. Could have
Yeah, you were talking about how cheap like the Sejuani items are, so Sejuani can match, but I feel like this Nefiri Shreds with the cleaver, Voltaic as well. Stack up your Conqueror. See if they
This
can
would be
move
the most
in. Okay.
miracle.
They've already got early priority on
comeback.
the lane brush here. Core JJ sitting and waiting with the Nico, threatening the Nico plus
Ghost
Shen
Alive, I'm
combo.
doing all that.
Okay.
That is all
There's
true.
your Twisted Fate ulti.
Here we go.
Morgan also going to arrive now into the bottom lane of the tier 1. To answer the wave
Here they
being
go.
shoved up now. The rest of Team Liquid's got to be careful though. Jose Dioto chunked down to 1/3 HP.
Okay.
C9 grouped up as 5. Control over the river belongs to them. They still have the Scuttle Crab for the next little bit.
John
Jose
pushed out
Dioto
the
on the backs of the pit,
wave.
still thinking about trying to steal this one away. Quid gets tagged there by the Arc of Ruin. Public execution. Diving in the back line. Defensive pop blossom.
Oh
Trying to
no,
keep the
but
mid
wait,
lane safe.
my
Blabber taking a ton of damage, but the Protoplasm Harness keeps him alive. Both sides firing back and forth.
Jose
as
made
Jose
it into
Dioto
the
jumps
pit,
in.
and he got the
Jose
dragon!
steals the dragon.
Oh,
Nobody
no.
dead yet, but C9's on the run. Team Liquid managed to secure the objective and move to Soul Point.
Whew, how chaotic it was, too. On the re-engage, they go for it. Jose gets
Oh,
back
no.
in. They do smite, and that's a very early 3 dragons for Team Liquid, setting up the super early soul in this game.
This is
Here's a look at the engage, though.
tragic.
So they start out, get a little chunk there. Sven goes for a poke on Quid, and they get the gold card stun into Ambessa. But the
All right,
Shen
so
shield
Ghostly
does keep
Live.
Quid safe,
Here's
and
the
he's
like
able
3 things
use
to know.
Proto Belt to gain some space afterwards too. But look at Morgan.
3 things to know. If you get 4 dragons, you get a permanent super buff where it gives. So if you get the which soul is it? Is it Infernal? You get the Infernal soul. Every team gets additional damage. So your weapons do more damage because you have the Infernal soul, and you have it for the rest of the match.
Exactly. Now there's that pressure on C9. 4 minutes from now, you
There's
must
3
win the
lanes
next break.
in each
Otherwise,
lane. There are 3
first killing
turrets.
and
You got to
Infernal
blow
Soul
up
Team Liquid.
enough turrets to get yourself to the other team's base and blow it up.
APA forced to flash
You
away.
can actually just go down one lane, but you also, if you get the first row that it's in the base, you can see here, these in the base right here. That's called an inhibitor. You knock that inhibitor down, and then your minions start to spawn some super minions that look like Transformers that do extra damage. I can't remember if it's triple normal damage, but it helps you take out the turrets faster. And then this purple dragon right here gives you a 3-minute buff where all of your minions and cannons do extra damage.
Again, I think that's when C9's going to have more of an opportunity to make some picks, try to make some plays. But the clock I mentioned, that was 4 minutes.
So the weapons are complicated, the healing's complicated, and then in the middle right here, it shows you if they have flash up. That yellow icon that looks like somebody's sprinting is your flash. So when it goes fully yellow again, that means you have your flash up. And each champion has an ultimate like Valorant. You get it with time instead of getting orbs and such.
The second place is Team Liquid, tied with TSM at 10. So if C9
Team Liquid has gone, I mean, Cloud9 has gone to the most internationals of any team in League of Legends history, but they haven't gone since 2023. They've lost 8 straight qualification matches. Today would be 9.
And they earn themselves that spot at MSI alongside Lion. They earn the opportunity to play
The winner of this match goes to MSI. The winner of this match plays against Lion tomorrow to win the Spring Split. The winner of the Spring Split also goes to Esports World Cup, along with Sentinels. Along with Sentinels, because Sentinels won the qualifying tournament where we beat Cloud9 and we beat FlyQuest twice. T1 are the GOATs of League of Legends. They have won 6 world championships because they also have the GOAT player in Faker. The amazing thing about Faker is he won championships in like 13, 15, 16, and then 23, 24, 25. He won the world championship.
Back in time for the dragon anyway, so might as well fish. Doesn't quite actually.
And so the turrets each have 4 plates on top. So you can see those little dashes on top of the turret. Each plate you take gives you gold. And then these little things running around here in the middle are your minions, and they just run around and try and do damage to the towers. They technically can do damage to the champion, but after level 1, they kind of don't matter.
Who are ultimate reliant. This is your chance if you pop that transcendence at the right
Cloud9
time.
went 7-0 in the split, won their first playoff game, but now once we got to the qualification matches, they are not winning. But historically, Cloud9 is the dominant team in League of Legends. They've been to the most internationals in the history of the LCS.
Up on the top side, ready with the ultimate.
All right, here we go. So this is a big fight here in 30 seconds because if Liquid gets this, they then have a huge advantage going forward. For the rest of the match, they have extra damage for every time they hit you with their any weapon.
Team Liquid takes control over the Dragon Pit area.
Ghostly Live, C9 is not having the greatest day or week because they lost last weekend also.
Over the small circle, Flabber, the HP bar slowly being chipped away, down to about 100 here as he continues taking damage.
20 minutes in, it's 0-0. Brazil-Morocco. Spoiler alert.
Fires the mystic shot over the wall, hits a target.
Exod 4392. We're locked in with this roster. The great thing about the Esports World Cup qualifier is they did get an extra 7 matches in. Core. The Stand United from Morgan.
They get it down to 5%, but it's not enough.
Okay, so what are they going to do here? Core's going to base.
C9 continuing to try to fight forward. They don't want to let TL.
This is big if Team Liquid gets this, or if they win the fight. Either thing is going to kind of end the game. So the problem for C9 is they need to win this and not lose the fight, but they're about to lose the fight and the dragon. Oh, no, 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 no. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Wait. When I turned away from the soccer match, something big happened.
With the team fight.
Cloud9, I mean, they force-scored Jay all the way back to base, and yet still Team Liquid stick around.
Morocco.
They take the fight 4v5, while Cloud9 are trying to damage the dragon, and Flowers, they take the soul. Huge bonus here for Team Liquid.
Morocco. Wow. I got to check on Cortez.
Depleted, even though he lived. And so Morgan and Jose, they just walk right up. Morgan doing so much here, gains a lot of space. They focus in onto Thanos.
Oh, wow, that was a clean breakaway.
They push them out.
That was clean.
Had been zoning out the bottom lane and is still there to close the door.
Oh, that was a nice shot.
Onto Thanatos.
Wow, he broke open, chipped it over the goalie. That was big.
Powerhouse of a wall on the outside.
That was big.
And TL win the fight, 4v5, take the Dragon Soul as their reward.
In a game that the gold has been about 1,000 apart the entire time. The value of a Dragon Soul is so massive for tipping the scales in the favor of Team Liquid. But now we've got 26 minutes on the clock. No Elder Dragons.
I think people say it's like
Baron is the big thing that should be
5K gold, so it makes a big advantage. Whoa, Brazil and C9. Whoa, with the Brazil slander. That's rough.
Hope is dwindling for them.
Hope is dwindling.
Games 1 and 2
We're going rough.
Handled by Team Liquid so steadily. And game number 3 already with the Dragon Soul on top of the gold lead, very confidently setting up the vision control around Baron. And just keep your Shen on bottom side. He's going to have his Stand United soon. He's going to have his teleport soon as well. So they're going to have all the options in the world for Team Liquid. Blabber has been hovering on the side lane.
This would be a miracle comeback for Cloud9. I got to tell you that right now.
Doesn't really overextend when unnecessary. Doesn't really open himself up as a possible counterplay. And since Blabber's on the bottom side of the map, Team Liquid, they're actually going for this just to start it out with Jose himself.
Hydration break, the funniest part of World Cup 2026.
The ward thrown into the brush there by Morgan. Spots Blabber and Thanatos. The jungler and the top laners down here. But remember, Blabber has the unsealed spellbook. He's going to make a teleport into his own jungle to try to move in and maybe steal this away. It's too little. It's too late. It's Baron for Team Liquid.
Well, Flowers.
Oh, no.
Everything on the map.
This is like 12-5.
Here. They are looking to sweep Cloud9 out of Arizona, out of playoffs,
out of MSI, out of everything until Summer Split starts. Twisted Fate ulti going to be popped again just to see what TL is up to.
Blake Max, what they decided was because some of the games it's going to be really hot, then they decided to go ahead and just do it for every game. Instead of figuring out, oh, this game we need to do it, they just made it part of every game. Oh no, it's GG. It's just GG. Because they're dead and they have those Barons, they're going to just do so much damage. It's over. It's just over. It's over. Let's just all accept the fact that it's over.
It's pedal to the metal.
It's over.
5v3 for the next 20 seconds.
It's over.
As they force their way into the base.
They're going to do it, Flowers. Team Liquid moving in to finish it.
C9
are they really going to finish it here? Are they really? They're not finishing it here, are they?
Shield from the power siphon enough to keep him going. First Nexus turret already removed.
Oh, Thanatos isn't back. It's over. It's just over. Is it over? Is it over? No! Say it ain't so! Oh no!
C9 still defending, but the Nexus turret's
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh no, Thanatos will not be back in time. GG! No! No, 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 no!
He's going to MSI. Team Liquid is going to the finals, and they will sweep Cloud9 out of Arizona.
Oh no. No. No.
Huge stuff
Oh,
for Team
no.
Liquid. They have
No,
regained their form
no,
at the
no.
correct time here, taking down FlyQuest, now taking down Cloud9.
That is so
and
rough.
marching their way towards a rematch with Lion. This time, it will be in the finals.
So tomorrow's TL Lion. Winner goes to Esports World Cup along with Sentinels, who won the qualifier.
In playoffs when they need to
wow.
most. Starting to make
All I
those
can say
rumors
is
about
wow.
the TL Super Team feel real. Showing what they're made of. Everybody on the team.
All I can say is
this
wow.
one. The third game much slower than the first two. But they got what they needed.
APA. See, APA's really laughing, I guess, because he's like, hey, what about me?
To keep people alive with the Stand United. And then at the
Out
very
season,
end, as
Faker
soon
was
as
with
they
T1
find
since
the
he was a
play,
teenager.
The game, the series, and Cloud9 split ends.
Team Liquid looking very good here. Quid.
Yeah, the issue, Harry, was that even though some days it'll be fine, they just decided, let's just go with doing it every time so it's not confusing, and then everyone can just plan on it always.
What a showing from TL. They had to battle FlyQuest all the way to a Game 5 to get here, and now they have
All I can say is,
C9.
wow.
They have a date with Lion tomorrow, and Kangas is
No,
standing by
Faker
for
won
Moziello
6 championships
for an
with T1, not C9. Sorry.
Thank you very much, Flowers. Jose, congratulations. A 3-0 sweep in the elimination match. Means you're going to MSI and you get a chance of a rematch against Lion tomorrow. But first off, I want to talk about that match that just happened. What was that like from your perspective? That felt like an email.
Yeah, it was fast. I don't know. I don't know. I think they didn't fight too much. I felt like they were giving a lot of stuff for free. So.
Uh-oh, he's kind of making fun of him.
I felt like you were targeted, especially in that game, too, on the Trundle. You know, they all in on you multiple times. What was that like from your perspective? Because a lot of people were like, ooh, we don't like the Trundle here. So how do you feel like you were able to pull that off?
I mean, we saw it in LPL, especially it's good into Jarvan because there is no interaction. I don't know, I got bombed at one point and I was like, ah, damn. 3 times got bombed in a row and then I died like a noob. But it's fine, it was fun.
It was fun.
Again, a 3-0, very, very fast series right there. And I want to give you an opportunity to talk first to the Team Liquid fans, because they showed up, they were cheering, let's go Liquid, all day. So what was it like for you being able to perform and give them a win today?
No, really funny. I think I love the energy of the people.
Faker is John Wick.
I didn't get to play on station NA anytime, so
He just shows up.
funny. I love the energy.
Faker is the opposite of someone who chokes. He's kind of average during the regular season, then he gets really good at the end of the season, and then he's the best player in the world at champs.
Played on stage in North America. Do you feel
And
like
he turns into John Wick at the World Championships.
And the boos from C9, those fans were booing you when you were walking out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's very fun to play with the energy of the people. I think it makes the games more interesting, you know. When you're playing, it's like, ooh, big stage, you know. So I don't know. I feel like it's good for me. I like it. Very funny.
Do you feel like you can get used to being on stage in North America?
Yeah, I mean, the fans here are like very good. Like they're having a lot of fun too when they're throwing stuff, you know, it's very funny.
Spanish Rice, LOL. Welcome to the stream. Sleepy Snipes. Okay, so we will be back again tomorrow for the match at 1 o'clock. So again, after the Valorant matches, you can roll over here and watch the grand finals of the Spring Split. It should be more competitive tomorrow. This was crazy.
I will say he's very smart when it comes to playoff. I think he changes all the play style like he's doing.
And we'll do some more jersey giveaways. All right.
I think it will be a funny match.
Here's what we're going to do. At the end of the interview, I'll run.
Fun like today, you know? Just do the same.
Just having fun. Lower the pressure. There's a lot of fans out there, English speaking as well as Spanish speaking. Do you have any message?
Yeah, I'm going to watch the
LA
World Cup
fans out
off
there
stream,
since
I
you're
guess.
Also representing a whole other region.
Maybe I'll make it to halftime. You always, the one issue about watching the game together is everybody's watching at a different moment. Because you never know, depending on if you're watching on internet, on cable, like you're all watching it at different times.
A complete sweep.
Stomp.
Big
a shellacking.
Where'd your broom go, Rez? I mean,
Ghost of Live, the easiest way to contact someone is post a comment to YouTube content that you either like or don't like or ideas you have. Just go onto the YouTube channel and post a comment. They read all the comments.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, that's the hardest part is syncing everybody because it's not like when Tarek's like connecting with Psalm and you have two people to connect. It's just too complicated. Everybody's 5 seconds off and it's all spoilers all the time.
The entire series. The Zyracon in game 1 into the Nocturne, the victor in that last game, it's really working for them. So we have to give credit to Team Liquid. We're going to continue to talk about the series, but for now, Kangas has Blabber for an interview.
Oh no, Blabber. Oh no, this is going to be really sad.
Blabber, thank you for doing this.
Oh no.
It's tough after a loss.
Talk about sad.
Talk on the mic, but I just want to start off. What happened from your perspective in that 0-3 versus Team Liquid?
I think in the last game we just kind of, we had some really bad plays. We kind of had pretty bad plays throughout the series. I think in game 2 we should never have lost that grub fight. I think it was pretty misplayed on our end and just a lot of misplayed fights I think in the last 2 series. And then also we just got caught too much. But I think TL just played better than us.
Sometimes that's what happens on the day. And I got to say, it's been a long time. The fans were definitely behind you, had a lot of faith in C9. Hearing that a lot are still behind you. That being said, it feels like there's this hurdle that C9 has struggled to get across lately, and that is the international representation. It's been a while since we've seen you on the international stage. So what do you think's going on there? Like, what do you think the reason is from your perspective as a player?
I'm not sure exactly the reason. I think that we definitely have been playing a lot worse these last 2 weeks than we have the whole split, but
boom! So oh no, is this going to count? Did this count? Wait, did this count?
3 teams get to go. What are you going to be working on yourself? And also, what do you think the team's going to be working on heading into summer split now to make sure that you can get across that finish line and finally make it back to internationals?
I think we are going to Korea because of the boot camp from Riot. So
they're going to go to Korea to boot camp,
really cool,
but hey.
I'm hopeful that we're going to be able to, practice against the best teams and, level up from there.
All right, classic boot camp. Now, you're not going to be participating tomorrow, but I still want to get your thoughts on it. You just played Team Liquid. You played against Lion a lot this split as well. Who do you think takes the Spring Split Championship?
I think it's going to be very close, but I think TL's going to win.
It's tradition, root for the team that knocks you out, right? Any final message you have for the fans out there that have been cheering you on? Cloud9 fans have been awesome and loud all day.
That was a nice shot there.
I'm sure they'll still be here tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, guys. I really appreciate the support. This is my first time just on a stage in a while, with a lot of fans. So I really enjoyed playing here, and thanks for coming out. Sorry we weren't able to win, but hopefully you enjoy the finals tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Blabber. Best of luck in the summer. That's it from us. Back to the lounge.
Yeah, thanks a lot to Blabber for being able to
what a
take
class
that
act,
interview.
honestly.
Yeah, that is tough.
I would be so mad after a loss like this. I would give the absolute worst interview. Like, that was so well done from him, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, really, really classy.
There are definitely some questions that are hard to answer in the moment, especially after a series like that. I think one of the hardest ones, like, I haven't been making it to an international stage. It's like, damn, I don't know. You're right. I was like, it feels bad.
If I knew, I'd tell you. I would have fixed it.
I thought I'd have it solved.
If
all
I
right?
knew, I would tell you.
Is Team Liquid.
The boys.
They're right here posing
The boys.
after qualifying. And I just feel like.
Oh,
this is
there's
something,
Steve
you know, I
locked
talked
in.
about on the dive all year long, and we did our preseason power rankings, you know, talking about the idea that on paper, the team that you would think should be
That
best in
is
the league
wild.
Team Liquid, right? And it
Well, at
feels
least
like
it's a
they
good
are
match
peaking
for
at the right
Team Sen.
moment. Quid is playing so well, and they have really solidified their play style. So I do think it makes it so exciting for this battle against Lion, where they're going to be playing for
That
the
is
title
crazy.
and have an opportunity to get a bit of a revenge for what was a really close series a couple weeks ago against Lion.
I think also
That
speaking
was
of
hard to
pressure,
believe.
Like, as you saw
That
the
wasn't
coaches
even
coming out and,
competitive.
congratulating the players, you could just see how emotional some of the players were to qualify for an international kind of a. I know we've talked so much about like the external pressure and the fan pressure and their own
Not
internal pressure from
competitive at
C9,
all.
but that pressure was also very apparent on TL, especially with the interactions between the players and their coaching staff. And you could just see the relief kind of shedding off of them as they stepped up.
Yeah, even just in front of us, like watching them right after taking the picture, Spawn looked like he just like took a sigh of relief, right? Like that is a moment you really do want. And even going way back in off season, to your point, like I had them as first and then jumped off the train. I think a lot of people would have jumped off the train.
I think the moment you jumped off the train, they got better.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it happened.
They're calling him the full curse. Full curse has been called.
I didn't mean it like that.
In multiple ways.
Player of the game in that last one.
Ghosted Live, that was brutal. What was worse today, Cloud9's loss or G2's loss? Whoa.
You and I were both player of the game.
It's really more of a team effort.
True. Yeah.
Wow, the crazy thing is those 3 games, none of them were close. That's true. G2's still in the tournament. None of those games were close. Like 20 minutes on, Liquid just bullied them all 3.
And didn't know how to advance the game. And then we had
Desi Cat saying neither. Both were just pure joy.
play the game. They haven't been aligned this entire year.
Yeah.
But then I feel like within that.
Ghosted Live, what G2 does is not win internationals. Although who knows, maybe they'll make a lower bracket run. But they kind of got set up where now they have to play foot in the lower bracket.
Team and team fights. And like Quid knew he needed to contest in midway, but they didn't know how to do it together. And it really does feel like they have solved those things. Coron Engage and our player of the series, Quid, as the hard carry. They're playing around him so
Quid
well
really stepped
when
up.
they need to, and he is absolutely excelling.
They are firing on all cylinders. And I want to point out, yes, just looking at how Quid has been playing in the last couple series, he has just been the same Quid we have known him at his peak when he was on 100 Thieves. But also, just the interview that we had on stage with Jose Dioto, where any like pressure-based question and how he's dealing with it, he is just like completely judo flipping and pushing him away.
Yeah, and I think you can tell how much fun they're having as well, which is also something that I felt like it took a long time for TL to find a balance on, because they were like, maybe we're having
You
a
missed
little
John
too
by
much
3
fun
meters? That's
streams,
brutal.
And we need to like buckle down. But I think talking to Quid last week, and he's like, yeah, like I make those noises because I'm having a lot of fun like playing the game. Jose talking about how fun this series was for him. And how the pressure kind of sheds off of him because of how much fun he's
Now, come on,
having.
how old
I
is
think those are
Casemiro?
Also, really great signs for TL going forward.
Yeah, they absolutely are.
Somebody,
You know, obviously
let's
there's
see, I
things we've
guess I'm
talked
going to have to
about
Google it.
C9, and they just lost 6 games.
How
to get
old is
knocked out and all this,
Casemiro
but
is the
TL
question of
also
the day.
on what, 9-1 now in lower brackets
Yes.
on a run to the finals, and they got to play on Saturday. I talked to pros last week with Jose and Inspired, and you know, they were talking about like the idea that lower bracket is still the advantage because it's less stressful if you qualify into finals. You know you're going to be playing finals. Inspired's like, yeah, it feels better because I know I'm going to MSI. It's less stress.
Yeah.
But he still thought
Yeah,
it was an advantage
Casemiro's
to play on
34.
Saturday, get used to the
Are you
stage,
kidding
get used
me?
to the crowd. And if you win on Saturday, you're really
That's pretty
excited. You have
crazy
all that
for,
adrenaline, you're pumped up. You're feeling great. And so that
Footballer.
is going to keep that momentum rolling here for TL that is on a 9-1 lower bracket run.
What's interesting is that in a team meeting after a series, Morgan mentioned that he put out in content from Team Liquid. He's like, if he felt that if they beat FlyQuest, that they'll win the league. Like
Thank you.
was the boogeyman for
yeah, it felt like they were.
That is so wild for Cloud9. 9 straight international qualification matches.
A pressure point for them, and they have been playing stress-free the entire.
They went 7-0 in the split. They won their first playoff round easily. They had 2 shots to make MSI. They lost them both. That is so brutal.
Let's look at the bracket.
Like I said, Cloud9 used to be the org that just clutched up. All right, so tomorrow, 1 o'clock again, Lion versus TL. The winner wins the split and therefore qualifies for Esports World Cup along with Sentinels, who won the qualifier. In the qualifier, Sentinels did beat Cloud9 and FlyQuest. Sentinels beat Liquid in the kickoff playoffs. That's why Sentinels came in 3rd in the kickoff tournament.
5 games.
Sentinels won the Esports World Cup qualifier and then came in 5th in this split, losing in the playoffs.
They're there in Arizona. Hang around because we are going to be having a press conference with our finalists very shortly. Stay there. Check that out. We will be back tomorrow.
Yeah, MSI, the 1st seed is huge versus the 2 seed because the 2 seed has to play in a play-in bracket with the Korean 2 seed, and you must win the play-in. The play-in at MSI is brutal.
To watch us.
You better be there for that.
It's 4 teams or 5 teams with a Korean team, no Chinese team because they won the first stand. LEC 2 seed, LCS 2 seed, Korea 2 seed, and APAC 2 seed. The winner of the play-in gets the winner of the play-in only gets into the tournament. 7 teams are in the tournament, all the winners of the respective leagues, plus the number 2 seed from China, since China won the first tournament. But yeah, so 6 winning teams, plus the 2 seed from China, plus the winner of the play-in.
In a professional game,
kind of brutal.
In a series that will qualify you for MSI if you win it. These guys are locked in.
Desi Cat got home just in time for Game 4. Oh wait, they got swept.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. No flash. Nice. Almost end the block.
Yeah, whoever wins tomorrow is in MSI. Whoever loses tomorrow is kind of not in MSI. Yeah, Avocado, Pablo, it's rare that LCS teams do changes until after Worlds, or after teams don't make Worlds. I can't believe how easy that was for Liquid today.
Liquid is going to the finals, and they will sweep Cloud9 out of Arizona.
Des, you have to come back tomorrow for some more giveaways. All right, thank you all for showing up. I'll run some ads before I guess I'll watch the last 7 minutes of the World Cup before I sign off.